Hello, everyone. My name is Katy, and welcome to the GreenlandQuilter channel. I hope everybody's been having a great weekend so far, and I'm so glad that you're here. And today I have Connie with me from Patchwork and Quilting. She lives in Denmark, and I'll be spotlighting her in just a minute so she can talk to you guys for a minute. And I also have Cheri. She's already here, and then we have 3 or 4 people coming in, and I don't know if y'all remember me mentioning that I was going to be doing a pattern testing tonight on my live, and it's a pixelated quilt pattern designed by my friend Christina, and she is going to join us in a little bit, and she's going to talk about she is a new quilting pattern designer who's also designing a ruler at the same time for pixelated quilts. So she's going to come and join us as well in about an hour probably. And so I'll introduce her. I have not interviewed her yet, but we are going to do a pre-recorded podcast so you can learn more about her. She is my friend that me and her went to QuiltCon in 2024 together. We stayed in an Airbnb, and so some of you that went in 2024 may remember meeting her. I'm not sure. But she's also like the adoptive mom to Blaze. And so she's done a lot of things with Blaze over the last 2 years. And I'm excited to be talking of, sharing about both Connie and Christine, because both of them have lots of talent to share. And I'm super excited about that. But all of us are talented. Please don't take that the wrong way. All right. So first off, I want to introduce Cheri to Connie. Connie, Cheri.
Nice to meet you, Connie.
Nice to meet you, Cheri.
A fellow long armor.
Oh, yes. And I'm not that, I've been doing it for 5 years, so I'm not that old, or what do we say?
I bet you're good.
Thank you.
So Cheri has a long arm too. Does yours have a computer? Yeah, yours has a computer on it too, right?
Yeah. And it's a gamble.
Yeah.
And Connie has a gamble.
Okay, mine is an APQS.
Oh, APQS. Okay.
Yep.
Yes, that's right. You talked about the gamble, and then you decided on the APQS.
Yeah, I saw a lot of at the shows in the US. I saw a lot of long arms.
Oh yeah.
So hard to decide, and finally you have to decide.
I sure would like to have one. I'm just concerned that if I ever got one, who would come and set it up for me? That's the problem right there.
I think the company does. A lot of times
they would have to fly to Greenland.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll send Robert. He can do it.
Yeah, see, there you go. That's right, because your sister lives here in Greenland. I forgot about that. Okay, cool. So let me spotlight Connie first. And Connie, tell them a little bit about yourself and tell them what you plan on working on tonight.
Tonight I'm working on some applique. I'm a chairman of our local quilt group, and I have made a challenge for them. So for 8 months, each month they have got a new task. But the overall theme is summer. And then they should make flowers, memory of summer, wind, sun, And because I'm a chairman, I have to do it on myself too. So I'm working on that now.
It sounds like fun.
Yeah, I'm a little. I've done it here during the last couple of weeks. I have so many ideas, but I do not have the time to carry them out. Yeah. So it's yeah.
I can understand that. Okay, and now I'm going to do Cheri. Cheri, what is your plans for this evening?
Well, I'm doing some cutting some fabric out because I promised a quilt to our nephew and niece. One got married, and one is getting married in October. So I'm doing it in their wedding colors. And I am doing a hard log cabin quilt block. And I'll flip here just a second. Just to show you what it looks like. See if I can find the right page. Well, this gives you a diagram at least.
Oh, that looks like fun.
Yeah, and I'm doing it in like almost like a sage green and coral,
Mhm.
and
Oh,
then
that's-
neutrals. So
That's awesome.
let's see if I can cut without making a mistake.
Yeah, I'm going to be cutting on this live too, and we'll see if how many times I make a mistake. Okay, so here's what I'm working on. Remember, I showed you guys this the other day in a live. I did like a Happy Mail opening. So this is the quilt pattern, and it's called Patty Rose, and this is designed by Christine. And so so basically I'm testing the pattern with the ruler. And this is the ruler. Now, I talked to her earlier today. She is going to come in tonight in about an hour probably. But I talked to her earlier, and this ruler is still in its preliminary stage, I guess you would call it, because she's still modifying it. She's already changed the logo, and she was trying to find, she had one company put, like with Quilter Select rulers, they have that back on the back of them where it's not supposed to move. And then she had some people testing that ruler, and the feedback she got back wasn't real positive because they were having a hard time lifting the ruler up off the pixels after it's been sewn. So she's trying to come up with a better idea so it will prevent moving. Now this ruler has a small silicone ring right here in the middle. And so my job is to do the pattern and test this ruler with it and then give her feedback so that as she continues to modify the ruler, because what she's trying to do is make sure that the ruler is worth the money, number one, and number two, so it's easy to use without any things like slippage or someone can't see something on here. Because the reason she made the ruler is so that you wouldn't have all, how on a Creative Grids or other rulers it has all these lines and stuff, and so all the lines and stuff you can't really line up a small tiny pixel like this, because this is 3/4 of an inch, these little squares finished. So she's designed this ruler so that when you lay it on top, it should line up, and then you can trim each block, because this is a 6.5 inch ruler.
Can you show that a little closer, Katie, that ruler?
Yeah, I need to put something behind it where you can see it. Let me see if this fabric will work, because it's really hard to see it. I don't know if that's going to make it worse or better. Oh, of course, there's a glare. Can you see the little? No, you can't. Hang on a minute.
It's not
Maybe white.
Yeah, it is. Hang on a second. Let me put it on white background and see what. Oh, you can see it better.
Oh, yeah.
And that basically you just lay the ruler. There's, like I said, there's a hole right here with a silicone disc, and you line it up in the center of that block, and then everything should line up with your rows, and then you trim the outside of the block with it.
Cool.
And so it's just to help people because these are very tiny squares. So she's still working on different aspects of it's what she's doing. And she's creating patterns. I showed you guys the other day, and I'll send Connie the link where she can go have a look. She did a big pixelated quilt of her son. She did one in honor of Prince. And she'd done one with, I think it was a hummingbird, and they're really interesting. The Prince one is beautiful, and so is the one of her son. I mean, I'm truly amazed. She's got herself out of that she was in a funk for a long time, and now she's back to sewing, and I'm so happy for her because she's smiling again, and you know how it goes. So Connie, how's the weather over there?
Oh, it's getting cooler now.
Oh, is
We,
it?
we have had a long time with very nice weather, warm weather, and also very dry weather.
No rain, huh?
Yeah, we need some water.
Yeah,
But
we had a week where it rained every doggone day here, and now it's back to no rain.
yeah, okay. But we all the farmers are happy they are harvesting.
Oh, well, that's good on that part.
Yeah, so
When
every
does harvesting get finished up in Denmark?
sorry,
When does harvesting stop in Denmark?
I think they'll finish here in the middle of August, I think.
Wow, that's pretty early.
Yes, it is. Um, it is, but it's due to the good weather we have had.
Oh, got you. Well, I know when I was there, there was miles and miles and miles and miles of beautiful farmland with beautiful green stuff growing on it that you knew was farming stuff.
Oh, we're living in the middle of it.
Ron, all right, let me say hi to everyone in the chat now that I got everything kind of settled down a little bit. Okay, hello. Denise was the first one in the chat tonight, so you're number one. Annette was number two, and Linda of Irish Cell Lady, she came in third. She's the third person in the chat tonight. Let me see here. We have Danny. Welcome, welcome, and I'm doing all right. How are you, Danny? It's good to see you. And Denise is saying hi to all of y'all. Dubrovka's here. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. Hello, Ingrid. It's good to see you as well. Rhonda's here. Welcome, welcome. And I think I got everybody for right now. How many people's in here? Well, there's 16 people in here, so y'all better speak up. And all my other guests will be here directly soon.
I'm trying to find you on my television so I can, because then I can see the screen too.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like, I can't see that.
Yeah, I gotta do, I gotta find which one it is. I gotta find the date. Today's the 8th, right?
I did, Denise. I watched that about that yesterday. Puerto Rico is got a water crisis going on. All right, so yep, I am aware of that. They're rationing water right now.
Wow.
Because they have had no rain. I mean, there's not been a hurt. There was only that one tropical system in the Gulf, right?
Yeah, they said that it was like 70% that we would not have any hurricanes.
Well, that's because of El Nino. You can thank El Nino for that.
Which, you know, is most usually we do.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, you still got September and October to go, and usually
those are the big months.
Yeah, September and October and the first, like at the beginning of November, that's when the water's at its warmest there. So don't be surprised if you don't see at least one nasty one.
Hope not.
Did you have when we talked last, you were on vacation, Connie? Did you have a good rest of your vacation?
Oh yes, it was very fine. The weather was so fine, and the difference from Denmark. Here in Denmark, it's always windy. It's we do not have that many summer days where it's totally quiet. It's very windy here in Denmark, and in Sweden, it's in the middle of a forest in the woods, so there's no wind, so it's very hot, and it's we have a very short walk to the lake, so it was beautiful and it was very nice. Thank you.
It looked like you were having a good time, and that room you were in, oh my gosh, all the natural light flooding into that room, it was wonderful.
Yes, it's my favorite sewing room because there's windows all over, and I can sit looking directly out in the woods. So it's a very relaxing place to be.
It sounds like it. Sounds like a place to take a definite vacation. I haven't visited Sweden yet. And I've only ever flown through the Netherlands, you know, in Amsterdam, you know, go from Denmark to Amsterdam to the United States, that kind of thing.
Yeah. We always I'm going to the States in September, in the middle of September, and it's also through Amsterdam.
Oh, okay. Hey, are you going to try to go to QuiltCon next year?
Yes, I'll try to do it. This time I'll here in September I'm going to visit the AQS Quilt Week, or what do we call it? Columbus in Ohio, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ohio. Sorry.
You're fine.
So we're going to take 10 days there.
Yeah, because I'm going to the States in January because I have got to deal with my passport. So I'm going to stay long. I'll be there for a little while, and I'll definitely go to QuiltCon. I'm going to try to go to, if everything works out with my little plan with someone, we're going to go to Road to California and then drive back. And then we'll go to Atlanta for QuiltCon. Because that's
Pick
where
me up.
Hey, Mona. Mona, meet Connie. Connie, meet Mona.
Nice to meet you. Sorry I'm late, but I had a phone call at the last minute.
Nice to meet you too.
Hi, Mona.
So
Hi, Cheri.
Mona lives in Ohio, which you just mentioned.
Yeah, because the Columbus, the Quilt Week is in Ohio, in Columbus, here in September.
Are you going to go to that, Mona?
No, that's like 3 hours away and all one-way streets. So no. I went there once for a dance thing. I said, I am never coming back to, and I wasn't driving or else I wouldn't have went.
Yeah.
That's too funny. I have been to Fort Wayne. I went to Fort Wayne, Indiana one time. It was about 2 years after I had been IRC chatting online with a bunch of people, and they decided to have an IRC party in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Let me tell you what, that was the first time I ever even got on an airplane, and it was a real treat visiting a state I had never been to, and I was more gaga about all the trees and plants outside than anything. Because there was some big, in Florida, we have 2 or 3 trees that shouldn't even be down in Florida. There's one called the ironwood, and a couple other ones. And up there in Indiana, they're everywhere. And some of them looked like they were ancient. So I was just, you know, ogling all of them. Hey, Jennifer, welcome, welcome. Hello, Bonnie, welcome, welcome. And Rhonda says, moving to lurking mode while I get some sewing done. And hey, KK. KK says, hey, Mona, good to see you. Good to
Hi,
see you
KK.
too, KK.
Hi.
Bonnie says, hi, Mona and everybody else. So we have Cheri, Connie, and Mona in here. Hey, Donna, welcome, welcome. She says, hi, Katy and everyone. Good to see y'all in here. Pretty soon we'll have a couple more people showing up. Shonda's coming. She's
Oh,
running a
good.
little, yep, she'll be here. And then Christine will be here too. And I thought there was some, I don't know if Mona 2.0 is
Crap.
making it or not. Haven't heard from her
Oh, the other
today.
side.
I
She
have
does
to
a
pick
lot
up-
of family stuff on the Saturdays.
Yeah, plus animal stuff. Going to buy
Yeah.
feed and everything else. That keeps her pretty
Yeah.
slammed up. So I don't know if she'll make it or not. So what are you working on tonight, Mona?
That's what
I
I
am
was
working.
gonna ask her. I think
I am working on my Jacob's ladder quilt.
I'm going to spotlight you so you can show it to them.
I only have one block.
Well,
I'm
that's
working on
okay.
my Jacob's ladder.
like that.
Ooh,
And-
pretty blues.
Yeah, it's going to be all blues. My daughter got me this jelly roll for the 4 patches, and it's going to be dark blue all the way down, ombre effect all through the
Oh.
quilt.
Wow.
And
That's
it's
so pretty.
denim jacket is what I'm going to use for the blues from Wilmington. And I just love it. And then for the, instead of white background, I'm using this here. It's got little tiny prints. I like little prints in mine instead
do
of plain
too.
white. So, and that's RJR Studio. I've never heard of that, but it's cute.
I
So
think
I'm
it's
using
Robert J. Kaufman is
It
what it
is.
stands for.
Oh,
It
Only
is.
reason
I don't
know
know
that
one
is
thing from the other.
the only reason I knew that is because Robert Kaufman also makes batiks, and so it's like on their cotton you'll see RJK, and then other times, but you don't see nothing on batiks because batiks don't have selvage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because when I first started, I was buying pre-cuts every time they went on sale, the 5-inch and stuff. So I thought I might as well use it up. Because
Hey.
before that, all I ever sewed with was my grandma's vintage fabric. So
Yeah.
I have no idea who's who, except for Tula Pink. I know who she is. That's about it.
Who doesn't know who Tula Pink is? Even Connie has Tula Pink in her shop. And she has some of the older Tula Pink in there too.
Oh, nice. Some of the older stuff, depending on the print, is worth some money.
That's what I was telling her because I have seen some ridiculous prices. Oh my gosh.
Some of the vintage ones I have is worth money too. So when I use
Yeah.
it, I try and make a huge bag so they get everything in it, even the salvage. So if they want to take it apart, they'll have fabric if it
Yep.
wears out
Yep.
or something.
Hey, Katie, you was wanting to know about the fairy frost fabric. Did you get that email that I sent? A link
Yeah, I did for the
for the, I don't know if that's the,
no,
One
it's
you
Tula,
wanted-
it's by Tula Pink. It's called Fairy Dust.
oh, I looked up fairy frost.
No, but I went
Sorry.
and looked at it. I did go look at both the links you sent me from
Yeah,
that
they
from
have good deals. on-
Marshall Dry
Marshall.
Goods.
Yeah,
Oh, I like that place.
yeah,
That's where I get all my 108s.
yep.
Yeah, she sent me a link for the 108s and for that Fairy Frost one because we were talking about backings for some of the quilts I'm gonna have custom quilted.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and I still got to find a backing for Abby's dragon fruit, and I wanted to put fairy dust on the back of it, but the only color I can currently find is the cotton candy one, which is the white, and I wanted to put the pink one on the back.
Can you use another pink or?
I
You
can
want
use
that?
whatever I want. I was just trying to make the whole quilt Tula Pink, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
You know, because it is a Tula Pink quilt, but it doesn't have to have Tula Pink on the back.
Yeah, because my jacket I made out of Tula Pink. I used Tula Pink fabric, but for the white background, I just used right off the bolt. And then I Franken batted all the batting for it. I think there's even some wrap and zap in there. I was just pulling out of my bin. I don't know what it was.
Wrap and zap.
That's funny.
That's too funny.
So I'll be microwave safe.
Yeah,
Oh boy. Microwave say so you can actually stick that one in the microwave. It's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
the other one that I use. Forget what
Yeah.
it's called, the one I like that I bought. But I tell whoever has gotten that one, don't be sticking it in the microwave.
And even the cotton batting can go in there. I mean, I wouldn't want to put it in there for 20 minutes, you know,
Oh no.
and don't leave it unattended. But we don't put ours in the microwave. Sometimes my daughter does. I just use it as kind of a pot holder, getting stuff out.
Yeah.
And I
I've never
use
heard
it.
of people sticking it in the microwave until recently. And I'm like, I would never even stick my bowl cozy in there.
yeah. I make mine so you can, so that
Yeah,
you
I do
heat up
too.
soups. That,
Yeah.
You know,
All those ones you bought off of me had wrap and zap in them.
yeah.
Zap or whatever.
My daughter ended up with those.
Oh, did she?
Oh yeah. She says, I need some more bowl cozies. And I go, okay. I said, I have some. I didn't have to make them. I loved it.
I need to make some because the ones I gave my daughter, she squirreled away for when she gets her own place. And we've been using mine and they're like trash. And she put some in the dryer and they shrink up really tiny in the dryer. I just wash them and then lay them upside down, let them air dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
You
stick 'em in
shrink
the
up.
dryer.
But I want to make some potato bags because
Oh, I had a cute pattern. I did a couple. Those are nice.
yeah, I used to buy them off of my grandma's friend. She used to make them all the time. I didn't even have a microwave back then, but I liked her, so I would buy stuff. And it was on one of the bags, free pattern. And then I Googled it, and there was one where you had to do a real long 21 or 22-inch piece of fabric. And I thought, I don't want to waste that much fabric on something the potato goes in. So I figured out I could use 2 10-inch squares leftover that, are left over from something and just put them together and, do the fold down flap.
Yeah.
So I haven't done it yet. It's just on my to-do list. But I hate when I get a potato and it's all like dried out.
Connie, when you get to a point where you can show all your stuff hooked together, because it looks like you've got your quilt top quite big now.
Sorry, one more time, Katy.
When you're ready to share more of what you're working on right now, because it looks like you got a pretty good size of it done.
Yeah, okay. I have, but it's a very simple applique. I don't know if it's.
I think they're gonna love it regardless of it.
I did some fishy.
Here, let me
Oh, I love the
Cute.
fish.
Oh, look at
Like the
that. That's
colors.
very cool. Hang on, let me spotlight. Oh, those fish are adorable.
Yeah, it looks like it has eyelashes. That one.
Are
The
those all
eyeball
the
sticks
teeth?
up.
It's a fabric. It's a fabric. I took some fabric. Well, it was some. Oh, I'm not good at this here, but the fabric is. Where's my camera? Here it is.
Oh, look at the eyes. That's really
that cool?
awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The
that
one
is-
above looks like it has eyelashes because it has like the dark in it.
Yeah, it's
I'm like, look at that fish has eyelashes. Cool.
I've been thinking about that. Thank you. And then I have made I don't know what it's called. It's a whale from Laura Hines,
Uh-huh.
and I have some leftovers from this. I bought a kit, and then there was some leftovers, so I used them. Just place them around here.
Well, that's gorgeous.
It's
And then
beautiful.
I made some speedy flowers. I call them that because it's.
Oh,
It's
pretty.
Oh, I like that.
I love those flowers.
Yeah,
Me
but it's
too.
very simple. And then I made a sun.
Wow.
Oh, that sun is gorgeous.
Wow.
And then
That's
I
beautiful.
applique in orange, and then it goes up.
So pretty.
That's
This was for the
beautiful.
Quilt Guild Challenge, right?
No. It's from
No?
the club, our local group here in.
Oh, got you. Okay.
It's just no.
Well, that's going to put my fish quilt to shame. Mine's
I-
little triangles.
That is pretty.
It's
Look
beautiful.
at the kite.
Kite.
Oh,
Denmark's famous about kites.
And then
oh, are they?
Yeah. When I was in Fano, they were having kite. What is it called again? Connie? It was like a kite festival, wasn't it?
I had a kite festival because it's very windy down there.
Yeah.
And
And there
every-
was kites everywhere.
Cool.
And there's windmills from Denmark. It's.
Oh, I like that one.
I like them. They look cool. That's awesome.
I'm just free motion cutting with my scissor. It's not. You could be happy. You cannot see it close up, so.
That's awesome.
Cheri, what are you working on?
I'm doing a heart log
Oh.
cabin, cutting out the fabric for it, and for a wedding gift.
When I said your name, my phone thought it was Siri and started talking to me.
This is
Oh,
That's nice.
look
Yes.
who's here, y'all. Hey, Christine.
Hi, Christine.
Hi. I don't see her.
So Christine, meet Connie. She lives
Hello.
Oh,
in,
nice.
and then
Where is
Christine
she?
meet, she lives in Georgia.
Georgia.
I can't see her.
You've got Mona down here on the bottom left. I don't know if she's on the same side as you are. And
Yep,
then you
I
got
see her.
Cheri up here. So say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fabulous.
here
I'm at
now.
a retreat, so I can't get any better.
Oh, that I wish I could go to a retreat. I'm so jealous every time people talk about it.
Oh, and this is definitely one of the best ones. I'm not sure where everybody's from, but if you're in Georgia, you've probably heard of Coosa Mountain Retreat. And of course, this is Coosa Mountain in a pixel quilt.
Here, let me
Oh, how
spotlight
cool
you.
is that?
Wow. Oh, look at that.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
So, Christine,
Wow.
can you tell us about your newest endeavor on the pixel and the ruler? Can you talk us through that a little bit?
Sure. Well, my name's Christine Relaford. I'm a quilter, as all of us crazy ladies are. I started pixel quilting in March of this year. So I was at a retreat and another lady, she was doing something with all these little pieces. This is just a sample block. So these are 3/4 of an inch finished piece. So the blocks start at 1 1/4. So
Oh, wow.
she had a ton of these, and I'm like, I know quilters are crazy, but what are you doing over here? So she showed me a picture that she was working on, and I was absolutely amazed. And I thought, oh my God, I have to do one. So she kind of talked me through the process a little bit, and showed me a couple websites that you can go through and get your pattern pixelated. So when she did that, before I even left the retreat, I actually had my first pattern of my son. And I can't pull it up because I'm at the retreat and I just have my phone. But I did my son. So basically, I took a picture of him. I put it in this website. It's called pixelquilts.com. I know I'm not endorsed by Pixel Quilts. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I just found their website and I fell in love with doing pixel quilts. So this is my 4th one already. It's not finished yet. There's still a couple rows that I have to put on. But when I started, I was going through and I thought, these are the blocks. You do 6.5-inch blocks from your little pixels, and you do this 108 times. So when I was doing you talk about crazy. So, and I kept saying, there's got to be a better way, because here's a normal ruler. And I know we've all seen them. I got lines drawn on there because I was trying to line my ruler up with my seams, because a normal ruler doesn't go in 3/4 inch increments that are bold and bright and that you can see. So if you can see, when you put it on this block, there's so much going on and you can't find it and you can't see it. And basically all I was doing was looking at the sides and making sure I didn't have too much on the left and the right and the top and the bottom, and then just kind of trimmed it off. And I just kept thinking there's got to be a better way. So I came up with what's called the pixel quilt ruler, or the pixel ruler, I'm sorry. So this ruler, and I'm going to put it up against a piece of paper.
See, you're a good girl.
So let's see, I'm going to try to get you a blank background. So this ruler basically only has the lines that you need where you need them to match up with your seams. So these inside grids are 3/4 of an inch. These outside ones, they are 3/4 by an inch to account for that seam allowance that we haven't sewn the blocks together. So when you lay this on your block, theoretically, all these seams should match up with your seams. Okay, so if you look at the difference between what I just held up and this, you
Look
can
at that.
clearly see your block.
Yeah.
So this,
Nice.
kind of helped me, adjust it, put it on there and trim accurately. With the other ruler, I've had a few ladies here test it. This is hot off the press. Like this prototype, I know Katie's got a different one. This prototype just came in the mail Tuesday as I was coming up to this retreat, or actually Wednesday. But so when I was doing this, I thought it's got to be efficient. So I had a few ladies here try it, and 3 ladies all trimmed their blocks. It took about 45 seconds with a normal ruler. I said, you can pick any ruler you want. You're choosing whatever your favorite ruler is. So they did. They put it on the block and they kind of adjusted it. And I've got my timer set and I'm watching them. And then she's like, okay. She's like, well, I'll do this. And then by the time she was done, it was 45 seconds that she had trimmed that block. When she used the pixel ruler, it literally took her about 8 seconds. Wow. The first lady. And then the other ladies, they kind of were listening and it took them less time, because another feature of the ruler is, if you look in the middle, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but I have a cutout hole. Can you see it where my middle finger is?
Yeah, we see it.
So that cutout hole allows you to put this on your block, right, starting from the center, finding your center of your block, finding your seams. You can see your seams. Then once you get that center lined up, then I have other holes on the outside on each of the center of the sides. So when you get that center lined up, all you got to do is simply rotate your ruler a little bit left to right to get all the outside seams to match up. Once you get those matched up, it's little and done. This is a one-trick pony. It's literally beneficial for a pixel quilt 6.5-inch block. However, this will also work for squaring up your 6.5-inch blocks, and you want to find the center of your block, because on a normal ruler for 6.5-inch blocks, you got to find that 3.25-inch line. Where is that 3.25-inch here? Where does it fall here? But this, it's already measured out for you. So this is my baby. It's patent pending. I've got prototypes that I'm still working with manufacturers. I'm figuring out the back. This one has a sticky back. The quilters that have tried it here said they don't like the sticky back, because once you get this center aligned, it's hard to just spin the ruler. They have to lift up the ruler, spin it, and then put it back down. So I probably won't do the sticky back, but I'm still in testing. We're still trying to figure it out. But that basically is the pixel ruler. So if you have any questions about pixeling, pixel quilts, fire away.
And she has a Facebook group, and I'll share that link here directly. And Lori asked a question. She says, will you be selling these?
Yes. Oh, and on that too, because pixel quilts is kind of like any technique. You don't know if you like it until you try it. So you're not someone who doesn't know if they like the technique. They're not going to try it with a pixel quilt that's got 3,000 pieces right off the bat. So what I did was I am in the process of creating patterns. So these patterns, I have my little clucky. Of course, I love little ducks or little chickens. And then I'm going to have a series of flowers. I'm going to have a series of emojis. Now, these patterns, I think, I didn't create patterns. I'm not a pattern writer. I'm a efficient, how can I make something easier type of person. But I realized I had to do the patterns for people to start seeing if they like pixel quilts. So this is a simple pattern. I don't even have the inside of this one. Hold on. Okay, so this is the African Queen. I had a lady, she ordered a few of these for the Atlanta Quilt Festival that we have going on right now. So this is her my pattern, but she wanted me to draft it up for. So if you look on the pattern, how I have it broken into is this one has 4 6.5-inch squares. Okay, so it gives you the cutting instructions. It tells you where we at. It tells you what to cut, how many to cut, each color, and then it'll give you the pattern to lay it out. So when I started doing these, all the quilt ladies were like, oh my God, I want that pattern. And I'm like, seriously, you want these little emoji patterns? So now I'm in the process of developing the patterns, and getting them sold or putting them on my website for sale. I don't have my website up yet. I mean, this is fresh off the press. So, but I will have patterns and the pixel rulers for you to try to buy to see, is pixel quilting something that I want to spend 90 hours on? My first quilt that I did with my son was 90 hours. And then I did another quilt that was a hummingbird. Katy, if you have the pictures.
Yeah, I'm going to dig them up right now. Let me share your channel or your Facebook group first.
Yes, but in the
So here's
Facebook
the
group.
Facebook group. So now if you're not a Facebook person, do you have an Instagram one?
No. I don't. I know I'm terrible.
Because I know we have a few people who don't do Facebook.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I probably
But
should.
once you have your online website where they can find you, then so here's what I'll do. When she does get her website up, I'll make sure to share it with everybody that doesn't Facebook.
And if anybody at this point wants more information or more details, Katy, you're more than welcome to give them my email address or, Facebook if they have Messenger, and I'll get back with them and let them know. But
most definitely. And
I think once Katy shows the other pictures, that's when you get the, oh my God, I want to do one of my son or my grandchildren or of I've got 2 patterns already patterned. One is my kitty and then the other one is my dog. So, once people see it, they're like, I think I could do that. And you can, because it's simple sewing. It's just very tedious sewing. That's it. It's
okay.
Now my patterns, I don't have any Y seams because I've created them to make them simple for beginner pixelers. Now, once you order the bigger ones, you might encounter a couple in a pattern, but you can maneuver through them and figure it out.
Okay, I'm going to share the screen. Hold on a second. Because I got your pictures on my laptop. Hold on a minute. Got to clear out some screens here first. Nope, that's not. Okay, remove that one. And share.
While she's looking, here's another pattern that I have.
Yeah, hold on. I just switched screens on you.
Okay,
I'll take you back to that in just a minute. Okay, someone in the chat room, let me know when you see a big pixelated quilt being held up.
It's adorable.
This beautiful. That's a D.
Oh, how cool.
Darius.
Oh, yeah, that's my son. That was the first one. And if you get in the Facebook group, you'll see I have lots of lessons learned from that one. It was definitely an eye-opener.
Tell me when you want me to switch to the next one.
Okay. Before you switch, so at first glance, somebody who's never done this is like, oh, that's so great. It's so good. But when I look at it now, I see, if you're looking at on his side, the left side of his cheek, it's really red and peachy and corally. And that kind of looks like pimples and uneven skin tone now. Because when I did my first quilt, I did 2 mistakes. One, I did it from my phone. I literally bought the pattern from my phone. Oh, also on her website, the Pixel Quilts website, the patterns are only $15 and they will spit your pattern out. They'll tell you what fabrics to use. They'll tell you what color, they'll tell you how much, and it's a very detailed pattern. Again, I'm not affiliated with Pixel Quilts. I'm just telling you where I do my Pixel Quilts. But on Dee's face, on that one side, I see that it's very corally. And what I was doing, my second mistake was I thought more colors equaled out to a better picture. So in the program, you could pick from, I think it's like from 8 colors to 33, I believe. The default, when you open it up and you insert your picture and you tell it, this is a picture I wanted to use, it'll set to 14. It'll set for Kona fabrics and at 14 fabrics. Well, I thought 14, let me go ahead and add up 20. And then I started adding up and then I was like 26. I think I ended up with 24 for his picture. Well, in doing that, it pulled all those pink undertones from that picture because they were trying to make up 26 colors, to get the pattern. I realized that more colors does not equal. So if I would have kept him probably about 18 colors, that peachiness in his face wouldn't have been there and it would have been a much better pixel quilt. But you live and you learn.
Yeah.
So after that one, I have a long arm and it's purple. It's an Innova. And I love Prince because that's my era. So I did a picture of Prince. And I think Katy has that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sharing that.
Okay.
By the way, there's 3 long armors in this live right now.
Yay!
There's you and Connie and Cheri.
Love it.
Here's Prince.
No, that is good.
So
Look at that
There-
quilting on it.
it's kind of hard to see.
Hang on, let me make it bigger. Hold on.
Well, for me anyways, because I'm on my little
You're
phone.
on your phone, but I can
And I
see
just
your
did an
top.
edge to edge. I'm still scared to try to custom quilt the face because I don't want to mess it up. So it was just an edge to edge. I think it had some music notes in it and maybe some swirlies. But that was really fun to make and I enjoyed it. And my pixels actually in there. If you zoom in, I don't know if you can or not, but
Yeah,
my
hang on.
pixels are actually square on my first one. And the reason why they're square is because I learned you have to starch your fabric. There you go. If you don't starch these little pieces, you are going to have wonkiness every which way. I mean, I had things that looked like trapezoids or hexagons or whatever they were, but they were not squares when I finished sewing. So with this quilt, I did a medium to heavy starch prior to cutting my fabric. And I realized that helped. It lessened the wiggle room under the feed dogs. It just was it's such a better product to line up my seams. And in doing this too, I learned a way to press because the directions that you get the pattern from the website, they don't tell you which way to press. And I like to know which way to press. So if you go on the Facebook group and you look at some of my tips and tricks, which is ultimately the reason why I started the group, because I figured I got to tell somebody this. I figured I got this way of pressing to where I can nest seams. I got to tell people. So that's kind of why I started the Facebook group a couple months ago.
Okay, here's the next one.
And then my next one was a hummingbird,
Oh,
which I finished that one at Quiltville probably, I think, last month.
Sorry.
It's not quilted yet, but I'm scared because I want to do some custom quilting on it. I want to put some feathers in there, but I have to visualize it before I start. So that was really fun to make because I love those bright colors.
Oh, pretty.
Beautiful.
yes.
It's very pretty.
Thank you. So, and then of course, the one behind me now is my fourth one. And I'm going to give that to the owner of Coosa Mountain Retreat for her to hang up here because that's what the outside of her lodge looks like. I'm missing a couple rows over here on this side, but I believe it's 9 out of 12 rows so far.
Let me see if there's been any questions asked because there's been comments I need to go back and address too. Check the spelling of the S word. I don't know what you're talking about. Hang on a second. Geraldine says she's a long armor too. Y'all
Yeah.
got any questions you want to ask Christine about all of this? Please.
Yeah. How do you keep from getting intimidated by the process?
And that's the thing. I always tell people when you pick your first picture, pick something that you really love because you're going to be dedicating some time to it. So, don't pick a flower, don't pick a sunset, pick your grandkids, pick your children, pick a wedding picture. I have another friend, she's doing a beautiful portrait of her son and daughter-in-law, and it's a side view of them, and she's looking at him and he's looking, and it is gorgeous. So if you pick something that you love, you'll stick with the process because the first 4 rows that you do, you're going to be like, what am I doing? I don't see anything. I just see a ton of these. It's not coming together. Why? But once you do about 4 rows, and then you put it together, or you even just hang your rows on your design board and you look and you're like, oh my gosh, I can see it. And then if you're doing a face, you can, oh my God, I see the eyebrows. Look at the eyebrows. And then you get down and then it just gets more exciting as you get down. So
Okay.
the best piece of it is pick a picture that you love, one that's, you know, going to keep you going, because it is tedious.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Donna and Denise about the spelling. Yeah, don't worry about it because I can't fix it. Otherwise, the poll goes down.
They're really nitpicking spelling. I'm just going to zip it. I'm not saying a word.
Well, then if they're nitpicking spelling, don't look at this.
All righty then. Look who just got
This is what I say.
Hey, Shonda.
Yes.
So Shonda
Thanks,
meet
Shonda.
Connie. Connie meets Shonda.
Sorry, I was on mute because I was listening to the presentation.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh,
We hear you.
yeah. I'm just saying hi. I was on mute because I was just listening.
Okay, so I think everybody here is here now except for Mona 2.0. I think so, anyway. All right. So all of y'all, this is yeah, and Shonda meet Christine because you haven't met Christine. Unless you remember seeing her at QuiltCon. Do you recognize
I
her?
don't.
Nah.
Because we were together at QuiltCon when but there was a couple times where she walked off to do other things while I was doing what I was doing.
I only saw you for like 2.5 seconds at QuiltCon.
Yeah. We got a hug and said hi, and then that was the end of it, right? If I got a hug, I can't remember if I hugged you or not, because I know you're not a hugger. So
Me either.
all righty then. Let me see. I need to backtrack because there was some comments made that I need to address. Hang on a second. It's before that bot dropped a bunch of stuff.
Hmm.
Hi, Robin. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Fairbricks. It's good to see you here. Then John says, "Oh, that is just awesome," referring to Connie's quilt. Ingrid says, "I love it, Connie. The fabric is so bright and fun." And then Linda says, "Hi, Connie, Mona, Cheri, and Katy. Back and forth making dinner. Then I can relax." And then John says, "Hi to people." Lori says, I already answered that, or Christine answered that question. And then Lori said she would love to do one of those, talking about the pixel. And then Felicia saying hi to everyone. And Cheri said, "Oh, to you, Christine," she says, "I just requested to join the Facebook group. Thanks."
Okay.
And that's So Terry. Then we have some awesome in here. Several people said that. And then they were talking about the misspelling of my poll. Happens a lot, as most people know.
Oh, am I missing?
Terry wants to know what the Pixel website is. Hold on, I will post that again. Just a minute.
And while you're posting that, Katy, I can give a couple little blurbs about that as well in the process.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when you go into Pixel Quilts, it's pixelquilts with an s.com. You'll have to create an account first. You don't have to put a credit card or anything like that in there. And then you'll have an opportunity to upload your picture. A few things about the picture that you pick. If whatever you put in, that's what it's going to give you out. Okay. So if you have a grainy picture or a picture that's not very well lit, you're not going to get a good product out. You have to make sure that you have your picture and it's crisp and it's clear of the face. Two faces are hard to grasp unless they're side to side viewing. Once you get in there and you start playing with it, you'll see some of the things that you don't like. A couple of the options, when you upload your picture, it's going to ask you what fabric line do you want to use. Now, every fabric line is going to give you a different product. So as you go through the process, pick Kona Fabrics. Kona Fabrics is the default. And then once you see what that looks like, if you don't think it looks right, then go down and pick another line. There's 4 lines that's automatically in there as a drop down. It's Kona Fabrics, Cotton Couture, which I believe is Michael Miller, Riley Blake Solids, and then Bella Solids.
Did you say pixels.com?
Pixelquilts.com.
So it's
Pixel, Pixel.
Pixel Quilts.
Yep.
Okay.
So you upload your picture, you play with, the fabric lines. You also get to choose how many fabrics you want. If you're doing a black and white picture, between 8 and 12 is ideal of colors. If you're doing something that's more colorful, obviously you're going to need more colors in there. But as you're going through and you're playing with it, pick your drop down box, pick the fabrics, pick the color, and then take a screenshot of it. Or if you're on your computer, open another browser so you can go back and forth to see what it looks like. But when you're first starting, you just want to kind of see how the program works. Pick your favorite picture of your cat or your dog or your grandson or whatever, and put it in there, and you'll see how it pops out. Once you go through the process and you get your picture perfect and how you want it, then you pay the $15. It's only $15 at this point. It is at one point going to go up to $30. I'm not sure when, but in that pattern, you're going to get your fabrics. You're going to get how much you need of each color. You're going to get exactly how to cut it. You're going to get how many pixels, like this. Let's say this is fabric A. It's going to tell you with fabric A, you have to cut, 120 of these. Or you have to cut, 50 of this size, which this size I think is a 2-inch by 1 1/4. So your pattern is going to be very detailed. It's going to give you everything that you need to know. And it'll, once you have, I should have brought a pattern up here. I'm sorry.
And there's somebody,
was there a question?
Helen wants to know if you can show the back of the finished swatch that you had, the one that.
Sure.
Okay, let me spotlight that so that they can get a better look.
So, and if you notice on the back and how these seams nest, in my Facebook group, I have a video. It kind of explains my process and how I work through the construction of each block. Okay. And I say this all the time, you can ask 5 quilters the same thing and get 8 different answers. So the way to construct these blocks is really what makes sense to you. Now, in my blocks, or in the way it made sense to me, I'm not sure if I'm spotlighted yet or not.
You are. Yep.
Okay. So what makes sense to me was I do what's called a 2-row method. Okay. So this depicts a 6.5-inch block. Okay. So what I do is I look at the pattern and I see it in 2 rows. And it would be 4 2-row sections. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So when I construct these rows, I press the bottom of one row one way, which if you see my little dot, that dot tells you, okay, I got to press this way. Okay. That row above it, these seams are going to go this way. Every square is not going to have a seam, but it's just basic guidelines. Okay. So these rows, they alternate. So if you don't see a dot, okay, I got to press this way. Okay. So once you get these rows constructed in this way, now you got to put them together. So in this block, I have rows going up. So when you put these together, you press these up. When you do the block next to it, you press those down. When you marry these 2 blocks up together, they are going to perfectly nest, and you'll have no issues with bulky seams or anything like that. Now, every seam is not going to nest. It's impossible to get it all to work, but you can see the majority of them do. Okay, and every block is going to be different.
Sorry. Go ahead. Can you also press the seams open if you choose to?
Absolutely. But when you're already taking about 40 minutes to construct this, do you want to add another 40 minutes to press seams open?
Okay.
I feel like the juice is not worth the squeeze. And also, when I put my rows together, you know, when you have nesting seams, especially because this is starched so good and it is, are you guys about to leave? Okay, don't leave without saying bye. Okay, sorry about that. The instructor and her family, I know that she's about to be done, so I don't want them to leave. But when I construct these rows, and because this fabric is starched, when I put them together, you literally rub them seams. You can hear it click because the fabric is kind of crispy. So when you put those together, your fabric nests and you can hear it, and it snaps into place, and it just pressing seams open. This is something with a project like this, you want to find the most efficient way to do it.
Okay.
So
Yep.
if you press your seams open on this, you have a different kind of crazy, okay? So
I just thought I
You can see.
asked because I suck at nesting and I do
No.
better when I do press seams open.
now what I will say is when I go put the rows together, I do press those open. So when I marry this up to my next block,
Uh-huh.
I'll press the seam open.
Okay.
Okay. So when I put this to my next block, it's going to snap in because remember in the pattern, you have the arrows going up on one block and then the arrows going down on the other block. So these are going to nest. I mean, you're going to look at the sides and you're going to see these all going down. And then you're going to see this block next to it going all up. And you're just going to get that feeling. Matter of fact, I got a video. I took a video before I came. I'm going to put it on my Facebook tonight. And it just, when you see all your seams nesting and you can snap them in, oh, it's a great feeling. But anyways, but if you open your seams,
Okay.
hats off.
All right. That's okay.
You've been warned.
Y'all,
Yes.
I have. But I had to
Yes.
ask because that's what I was going to do, you know, because like I said, nesting is not my strong point.
I feel like when you do 8 pixels and you're lining them up with 8 more,
Uh-huh.
I feel like you'll be happy when you nest them and then you open it up and you see how they sit together.
Okay.
Because think about it. If you don't nest, do you pin? Or I'm sorry, if you open your seams, do you pin?
I pin regardless.
That's a lot of pinning. But another trick on that is I pin that center one.
Yeah.
So when I pin them
Mhm.
center ones together, the other ones, you can just kind of feel them fall into place and you can maneuver them as you're sewing. Because again, you have crispy fabric and you're going to be able to put it where you want it and it's going to stay there because your fabric is starched.
This is the first time I'm even working with starch fabric. Think about it. You sent it to me already starched because you know I couldn't starch. And so this is the first time I've ever seen something this stiff.
Mhm. Right.
So
Really?
it's going to be an interesting treat for me.
Yeah. What are you doing now, Katie? Just cutting the green
I'm
leaves?
still cutting. Yeah.
Okay. And that's a
have
process too.
I have one more color to cut and then I have all of it cut.
Good.
Yeah. So I'm almost there.
Who else works with small pieces? Like a Bonnie Hunter style? Who else loves small pieces?
Well, right now I'm doing that's an improv where I'm using 1.5 inch squares. And
Katie, I'll be right back in like 2 minutes, okay?
okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead.
all right.
So she asked a question, how many of you in the channel also work with smaller pieces? Let us know. And Linda also said she joined the Facebook group. Can you, that was already answered. So Connie, what do you think about that?
I think it's interesting. I
Yeah.
think I saw a pixelated quilt with pink on it. I think it was pink that was, but I think it's amazing. Actually, I really like it. And normally I'm not into small pieces, but I think I'm interested.
I
Really.
guess it'd be a challenge. It'd be a challenge.
It's a
Looks
new,
like it's time to be challenged to do one, huh?
yeah, it's a new challenge, and it's sometimes you need to do other things than you used to do because It makes you sharp, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yes. And one thing that I will say too is when you're done sewing your first, actually probably after the first 3 or 4 rows, your 1/4 inch seam is going to be on point. Like I didn't realize how important a 1/4 inch seam was until I started doing 1 inch blocks up against a 6.5 inch strip. Cause you know, some of these, you know, it's a long strip because of where the color is in it and you don't need, you know, all the pixels. So when I had, you know, let's say 8 pixels and I had to line them up with a single 6.5 inch strip, I thought, wow, those don't match up. They were long. A lot of them were long because I sew with a really scant 1/4 inch seam. And I thought, wow, I got to fix that. So as you go from block to block or row to row, when you start cutting and you realize that, hey, these are, you know, not perfect. They're not going to be perfect. Okay. So don't go into the impression that you're going to get this to be perfect and you're not going to have to trim. You're going to have some that are off. But by the time you get to that bottom of the quilt, you're going to see how much your sewing has improved because this is a quilt in itself. You know, you're going to do this 108 times. So you are going to get very familiar with your lines on your sewing machine. I don't care how many years you've been sewing. When you do this, you're going to be like, that's a little different. Okay. And in the website too, you have an option to pick 2 different sizes. You can do the small size, which is what this is. It is a 72 by 54, or you can do a larger, which is the 3/4 of an inch pixel, or you can do the larger size quilt, which is a 1 inch finished pixel. Now, I don't know what the size of that is off the top of my head. I haven't done a large, but those pixels finish at 1 inch. So while my ruler itself only does 6.5 inches right now, I am going to create another ruler for the bigger size pixels. I just want to make sure that we get this done. The prototype is good before I start ordering other sizes. So if you do decide to do the larger one, I will have it. Now, you can use an 8.5 inch ruler as well, because you're going to have the 8.5 inch lines. But remember, they're not going to match up because of where the seam allowance is on the outsides. Because you're on the outside, you'll have 1 inch by 1 1/4. So will it work? Absolutely. But this is just my tool that makes it go a little bit smoother or a little bit more efficient. So.
And I think you're doing right in not using the rulers that have the sticky things on the back side. I bought last year when I was in US, I bought 2 rulers with this sticky thing. I can't get along with this. Maybe it's because I'm used to the old ones, you know, or the regular rulers. But I think the sticky things at the back, it's I'm not good working with them. So
it's good when you get your block aligned, but I have trouble aligning it because I just want to be able to take my ruler and spin it a little bit or move it.
Exactly.
But with those, you spin it, and guess what? Your block underneath, that's spinning too.
Yeah, and you have to lift it you have to lift it up to move it. So yes. I think it.
So one of the things too with my future rulers is not having it a full spacking, but instead just in the center having the sticky part. So I think a couple of the companies, they have different names for it, fabric gripping action or the easy grip, but I'm just going to place it just in the center to see how that works, to give me a little bit of grippage when I go cut, but still allow me the flexibility of to maneuver it without picking it up and then putting it down. So I don't like the sticky rulers either. Only time I like those is when I'm doing them long strip cuts and I know it's going to grab the fabric.
Yeah. Exactly.
Good point.
Ingrid says 108 times. Jeepers.
108 times. If you want, I can run downstairs and grab my pattern. I know exactly where it's at. So if you want to give me about 30 seconds, I'll be right back.
Ingrid says, I love working with small piecing. The Art East patterns are my favorite. Robin says she loves tiny pieces, not only 3/4 inch hexagons. Geraldine says she's done a baby quilt with 1 inch squares. Robin Marie says she does. And then Donna said something about she heard something Mona said or did. I don't know what. Because I must have missed that.
I don't know. Blame it on me. Everybody else does.
I heard it. Funny.
Oh, gosh.
You snooze, you lose.
This is a pretty good live tonight. So
I
this
think-
this is
I
a
think the pixel quilt there is very interesting.
yeah, it looks like you're pretty interested.
I can feel it.
It's like, uh-oh, I'm about to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, why not?
And what a big rabbit hole it is.
Perfect
There's-
timing of you coming back.
Well, I've been listening. I just didn't have you on. But the lady that's sitting next to me, we've already got her pattern of her granddaughter. So she was watching me the same thing, and I showed her how, putting it together and all that stuff. So she's already got it, and she hasn't even printed the pattern yet. And she's sitting there and she's like, oh my God, I can do one of our church that we got married in. I'm like, look, I said, listen, I said, get through the first one, okay? Because you got to love it to love it. So, but yeah. So I have like parts of the pattern. So when you get the pattern, and I don't have the front of it, I wish I had the other piece of it, but I don't. So this is kind of your cutting instructions. So for every color, it's going to give you, the sizes and everything that you need to cut. It also gives you a 1 page, and it'll say fabric A is cabbage, fabric B is green tea. So it's just going to give you a long running total, and then it's going to give you how much you need to buy. So it's more than likely about a quarter or half a yard, but it'll tell you exactly what you need to buy. Now, when you go do your pattern, there's 2 ways you can cut. You can do what's called group cutting, or you can do what's called pixel cutting. If you do the group cutting, I have this example here of my beautiful African queen. That was my sample for my friends.
Beautiful.
So
That's nice.
if you do group cutting, so you see how that piece is a big white piece?
Mhm.
That's group cutting. So if it's all white, it's going to give you one thing to cut. If you choose pixel cutting, you're going to have pixels for everything. So even this white will be a 1 1/4 inch pixel. So some people like that because they can use the 10 Sisters grid, the interfacing grid. So, that is it. And some people like it, some people don't. It's all about preference. So if you do that, you have to cut every pixel. So on your pattern, it's going to give you group cutting, which is you can cut it in groups, or pixel cutting. And then the amount is going to differ based on which one you pick. If you pick the group cutting, it's going to be a little bit less fabric. If you pick the pixel, it'll probably be about a quarter of a yard more. You also can use, what are those cutters?
AccuQuilt?
Yes, you can use AccuQuilts because it's got the dies for it, the 1 1/4 inch and all that stuff. I love to cut fabric, so I just do it the simple traditional way. You can also use stripology ruler. People say you can't. I've just been shown that you can, because if you do the stripology ruler, it's in 1/2 inch increments.
Yeah, I did.
Well, these are 1/4 inch increments. So Mary, the lady who actually owns this retreat, she is a certified stripology teacher from Gudrun, the lady who made the stripology ruler. And I said, I can't use it because, my pieces are a 1/4 inch. She's like, yes, you can. And I'm like, okay, please show me. And she did. So basically what you do is with the stripology ruler, so you'd make your first cut. Let's say, well, this is stripology. If you want like 1 1/4 inch pieces, it'll say, if you want 1 1/4 inch pieces, you cut on this line, this line, this line, and this line. You pick it up, you slide it a little bit, you adjust it, you put it down where the line says in the book, you cut again. Now you have 1 1/4 inch strips. I was amazed. And when you're doing this, when you're cutting, let's say 125 rectangles, and you can only get 32 out of a strip, that's going to save some time. So again, cutting is whatever you choose. That little 30 minutes saves time when, like I said, you're doing 108 of them. So this is the cutting instructions, very detailed, very good. And then again, for the new people, I'm not affiliated with Pixel Quilts. Okay. I'm just sitting here telling you how to make something like this. So this will be your pattern. So this is my row 1. So when I put my pattern in the website, it's going to give you a portrait type picture. Well, because I wanted this one to be landscaped, I put my picture in the website on the side. Okay, so that's what's going to make this quilt a little bit wider than taller. So this is my first row of blocks. So this you can see is obviously the sky, because when I did it, I'm going to try and make sure I do it. Yes. Okay, so when I did it, see, here's the sky, the building, and the grass. So this is the first row of 9 blocks. Now, to dig into it, that's your 1 block. So that is what a quadrant looks like in my patterns, but it's the same thing. So you do 1 block. This will be your 6.5 inch. I call this puzzling. If you love to do puzzles and you love to sew, you're going to love Pixel Quilts. You will, because it's the same thing. You basically have to take all your fabrics, figure out what size this is, and you will, because you know, like some of them are 1 inch. The small ones, you know, they're 1 pixel. Essentially, there's 8 pixels in a line, and then there's 8 pixels up and down. So based on that, you can figure out what size pieces need to be in there. That's block 1. You do it 9 times. You sew this together. You have 1 row. You do that 12 more times. And then you will have your completed Pixel quilt. So tedious, crazy, yes. So each page will be a row. So that's row 1. That's my row 2. That's my row 3. And also another tip too is when you print these out, like I don't print the whole pattern out. I print the pieces out that I need, like this, from Staples or like the library. Unless you have a really good printer and that's going to depict those colors accurately, I suggest you print this at a professional place. 1, because you're going to get truer colors that you need. Because when you start getting into some of the colors that are, you know, like look at that M and the R. Look how close those are. Mm-hmm. So if you have a printer that's not depicting those very clearly, it's going to be hard for you to, you know, figure out what color it is. Yes, it has the R there. And yes, you know, your pattern will tell you what color is R. But to have an accurate color on this makes your life a lot easier. So what I do is I print this out at Staples. And then all these little ones I print out at home just because you don't have to pay for it. So, and in her pattern too, she'll have, you know, some basic instructions and, you know, basic things, how to cut. She'll have like a cutting diagram, a suggested cutting diagram. So it's very easy to understand. So I think that's about it with the patterns in the website. Awesome. Some people ask, how do you organize it? I bought sandwich containers with a lid, not the Tupperware that you pop the top off and then it goes away and then you lose it somewhere with your left sock, wherever those things go. These are the ones that actually snap and have a flip top. Okay. So, and I have them downstairs. I should have just grabbed my whole bag, but it's a clear flip top sandwich case. And I think they're about 5 inches. You can get them on Amazon. I think they come in packs of like 18. And what I do is each clear container is dedicated to a color. So I've marked on all my containers A, B, C, so then I know what fabric is in that container. So, and because if you don't have cats and you don't travel, you easily can put them all on a paper plate. You know, stick them on a paper plate, have your, you know, your 15 colors around. And then as you're puzzling your board out, as you're getting your pieces together, you just pick from, okay, this plate's A. I put that over there is B. You know what I mean? So you can do that. Now, if you have cats, you know, you can't do that. So that was my method to figure it out. And plus, like I have a Annie by Annie's bag. That's a 2 big totes, and all my containers, my sandwich containers fit in there perfectly, my pattern, and you know, it just works. So that's my organization. I think in the Facebook group, I do have a couple videos that kind of show how I've organized it and laid it out. And then I just sit there and I have my one little design board and I just start piecing it together. I do 9 of the design boards because that's how many's in a row. So once I puzzle them out, then I go to my sewing machine with my stack and I just sit there and I sew them all. So it's a little crazy, but it's fun. And then you come out with something that looks fabulous. But if anybody seriously wants to do one, I will help you with getting your picture right, because you got to take a lot of the pink undertones out. Grayscale black and white pictures work fabulous. When you start dealing with skin tones and the pink, you pull out a lot of pink. Like we had an issue with the lady downstairs getting the pink out of her baby's face. But I put it in an app and I just said, hey, remove the pink, take this out, remove the background, make it clear, make it crisper. And when I saw the picture, it wasn't a gray picture, but you could see that the face wasn't pinky anymore. So when we put that into the Pixel Quilts website, it turned out beautifully. I mean, she's excited to go home and try it. So another thing is find the right picture. Also on the picture, I will say this, every picture will not work. Okay. You're going to play with it and you're going to go in, you're going to change the fabric lines and you're going to change the amount of colors and you're not going to get it to look right. Every picture won't work. Okay. If it doesn't work, but you really want that picture, then you bring it into like Google or a photo app and you or you even play with the filters on your phone. So if you have, a picture and it keeps pulling out like coral and pinks in the picture and the pixelated image, because you're going to be able to preview your picture in the website before you actually buy the pattern. But if you keep seeing pink and you're like, no, I can't do it, go on your iPhone, scroll, on the filters and kind of see which one takes the pink out and then try that picture. So it's a process. Like it took us a couple hours to work with her picture. And, then one night I was laying in bed and I was playing with it a little more and I finally got it. And so don't think that you're going to get your picture just perfect right away. And I am more than willing to help if you guys are serious about it, hit me up, let me know, and I walk through the process. And you can even send me the picture if you're not getting it right. We can Zoom, we can FaceTime, but I'll make sure you get the right picture. And even if you think you have the right picture, but you just want to make sure, I'm here. Text me, call me, Facebook message me, Zoom me, whatever, and we'll make sure you get the right picture.
This is wonderful, Christine.
Yay! I'm gonna have more little pixelers out there.
I think so. Hi, Cindy. Welcome. She says hello to everyone. Mama Mia, just look at all the friends on the screen. How fun.
Katy, you look at your block. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I got it late. I got the first 2 rows laid out that's on the picture.
Okay. Talk to us about it. Like, what are you thinking? What do you feel about the process?
So, once I got the cutting done, now Christine's aware of this. When I first started cutting, I started out cutting the white and I got myself a little, because it asked you to cut a certain size, which was making the rectangle. So I cut them. And then when I went to start cutting the smaller ones, I cut an entire strip with the longer one without even realizing I did it. And then I'm like, oh my God. And I thought I was going to come up short, but I'm not. So the cutting is fine. The biggest thing I recommend is when you're cutting, pay attention to what you're doing. Don't be like me.
Did you reduce your seam length, your stitch length?
Well, I moved my needle over.
Make your stitch length small.
Yeah. Oh, you mean right now I have it at 1.8. Is that small enough?
Yeah, that's good. I do 1.6, but that's good because you have so many seams that you don't want all these to start pulling out.
Okay.
So
well, I can make it smaller. I mean, I'm on a Janome, so yeah. Another thing is you mentioned scant quarter. Is that a requirement?
No, I just said that I normally do scant quarter in general. So when I started, my row that should have been 6.5 inches was like 6 and almost 7 inches because I always naturally sew with a scant.
Yeah.
So what I did was I dialed that in and I just kind of played with it. You can also do 8 1.25-inch pixels. Do 8, just cut. You can scrap fabric, just cut 8, sew them together, and then see if they measure 6.5 inches.
That's actually a great idea.
Yes. And in my kits,
yeah.
Actually,
Laying it
Yeah.
out seems simple enough to me. I have the first 2 rows and I was about to start sewing them and see how they come out. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing with how my brain sees it.
so that, let's say that tall, you have the green piece on the top. So on the left, I'm looking. So that's a 2-inch, right? 2 by 1.25.
Both are
Let's
2-inch, yeah.
So then that white that's next to it, what are those? Are those
This is 1.5, and then there's I'm sorry,
1.25?
1.25. My bad. My brain's still in 1.5 for some weird reason. So these are 1.25. Then this is 2-inch by 1.25, and then 1.25, and this one is 3.5 by 1.25.
Okay, so if you add those up, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, essentially it equals 8 pixels, and that's how you know you have the correct sizes. Now,
Yeah.
what I'm going to do too, what I might do, I'm still trying to figure it out. I might in the pattern. Let me find it. So in the pattern, once you get the pattern, like these are blank. There's nothing telling you what that is.
Yeah.
So what I might do, but just know that when you do the Pixel Quilt website, she don't tell you. You just have to kind of figure it out at the first few blocks. All she tells you is what color it is, and you have to kind of, do some rationale and figuring out what size it needs to be based on the 8 pixels across and 8 down. But on my patterns, what I might do, because these are beginner patterns, what I might do is, let's say, this block right there. So I know off the top of my head that that's a 3.25 by 2 inches. So what I might do is make a key and say, okay, this is brown because that's the color. So I might do B4. And then you can look on a diagram, and B4 is going to tell you that that's going to be a 3.25 by 2 inch. So I'm not sure if I need that yet. But based on the feedback from some people, they're like, we really would like to know what size these are. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to tell you that because I want you to kind of figure that out. Because when you do, I figure these patterns to be a gateway to something bigger. That's exactly what these are. Like I said, I'm not a pattern writer. I don't do this for a living, but I feel like these are just a gateway for you to test it and see. So I don't want to make this too easy. So when you start this, you're like, what do I do? Where's my code, or where's my chart that tells me what size this needs to be? So I'm trying to mirror this in my patterns so it matches.
Isn't this the same pattern right here?
Yes, as a matter of fact, that's the one that Katie's doing.
Yeah, this is the one I'm working on now, testing out.
Yep.
Yes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sew each row of the first 2. And then because it looks like what it wants you to do is sew first row, second row, then join that row.
You could do it that way. Yep.
And then the next one, same thing, join the same thing. And then it tells you, but I see the arrows on here too.
And the arrows, that's going to change with every block.
Yeah.
So now I will say on her pattern, it doesn't have that either. So if you look, what I've done is on my rows, before I even start, I do my arrows up, down, or whatever they are. I can't see them, but I mark my pattern every single page before I start. And I also put my little dots because that's what helps me. So that's what I use for when I'm sewing, because I try to chain piece as much as I can. So when I'm sewing and I look and I'm changing and I get done and I'm like, oh, okay, this one goes toward the dot. It's just an easy reminder. Some people might not need that. To me, it's just another little way to help, your brain when you're sewing so much. It kind of, you can at a quick glance, oh, okay, that one goes to the right.
That's great. All right. So, and I see why that one looked odd. I put the wrong one here. Hang on. Let me undo you so you can see what I'm talking about. I put a rectangle here. There's not supposed to be a rectangle here. It's a square. That's why it looked weird. See?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna
Yes.
start sewing them and see how they go. Cheri says, be right back, doggy duty.
I'm sorry, I have to go. It's almost midnight here in Denmark, and I have to pick up some grandkids early in the morning.
Thank
But
you.
it was very interesting, Christine, and it was a pleasure meeting you all and seeing you all. Thank
Yes,
you.
it was a pleasure meeting you too.
Yeah, and we hope you come back and sew with us.
Yes, I would love to. Really.
Yay.
Thank
Yeah.
you for coming tonight and give that little grand a hug, the one I met.
Oh yes, I'll do that. You'll love that. But good night from Denmark.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Good night.
Good night.
And see, Katie, I noticed that you moved that one piece. Some pieces go up and down, but for the pattern, for my patterns that I've created, I never made any pieces go up and down to where you're going to put the blocks together.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? So like these two, I'll never have a piece that goes up and down here
Okay.
because I want you guys to get used to, being able to do the 2-row method so you can nest your seams. Now, I won't say that for the real pattern because the real pattern, I shouldn't say real pattern because mine's a real pattern too. But like on some of hers, see, they do go up and down. And those,
it'll be the final pattern after everybody's tested it.
right. Well, I say that because hers is like the real pixel quilt and mine really is just like a gateway, basically.
Yeah.
But in hers, some of those up and downs, they cross those 2 rows.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I'm saying? So instead of it being at row 1 and 2, it's at 2 and 3. So
Okay.
you just have to look at it and kind of some of those blocks, you just figure out, okay, I got to group cut it, or I got to group sew it. Let me see where it is, analyze my block, make sure before I even start sewing, I look at my pattern. Okay, can I do the 2-row method with this? Yes, I can. Then I keep sewing. If I can't, then I say, okay, I got to figure it out. And I'm trying to find a block that kind of intersects it. Then I just kind of think in my head, okay, let me figure out, let me group sew this part and then I can sew it to this part and then I can avoid Y seams because she's done a great job with not having the pattern spit out Y seams. Excuse me. So, but every now and then every now and then you're going to catch one. But I think, if you've quilted a little bit, you can kind of figure out the Y seams. But for the most part, you can do the 2-row method or group sewing and make it work. On her pattern, which I don't have it, her instructions actually tell you to group. So like mine do the 2-row method, but hers will tell you to sew this group first, then sew this group, and then sew this group, and then put it together. And if that works for your brain, and if that's easy and that's efficient for you, go ahead and do it. Like I said, you can ask 5 quilters the same question and get 8 answers every time. So you just have to figure out what works for you. So at the end of the day, your pixel quilt looks like a pixel quilt.
Well, I'm super excited about making this because this is the first time I'm ever doing something like this. This is a new thing for me.
Oh, yeah. Aren't new things fun? And here's my little frog, my frog emoji.
Frog is cute. Did you bring have you got all your emojis where they can see them?
I have a few of my samples that I've done, but not everything.
So they can see that. That frog emoji is adorable.
Yeah, I like the frog.
That frog is cool.
So I got the frog, and then I've got, this is like a star.
Wow.
And this one, of course, you can do any colors, as I also have it in just blues.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that one. And then I have, this one's my favorite. Look at Clucky, my little chicken. Isn't he cute? My little chicken. And then this one is called the Marianne flower. So my friend, she's another quilter. So this one's the Marianne. And then this is one of the emojis. My friend sewed it together for me and tested the pattern. So she let me have it so I can show it as samples.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's cute.
And then I think this one's the sparkler star. So it kind of looks like a fireworks star,
Oh, I like
sparkler.
that.
It's really cool.
Now I will say in my patterns, I only construct up to the end of the pixel. This is extra fabric that's needed. So some of them have the border, but for the most part, my patterns, and of course I don't have the patterns are just the pixelated image.
Yeah.
And then on the back of the patterns, I do say factor more fabric for borders and binding and all that stuff. But that's the sparkler star. And of course, you can change this to whatever color you like. Here's the African Queen. I have her in a few different colors, but this is just the sample one that I did. And then I have my rainbow heart, which I love because I love colors.
I like that.
And then when I started, before the pictures and the emojis and the hearts and the stars came about, I thought, how can I chomp this down? So I thought of letters. So I haven't patterned these out yet, but I just did the test. So this is my P, and this is my I. No, wait, that's my X. Sorry. So I actually did pixel in letters.
Wow.
As testers. So I will also have the alphabet pattern. So one pattern will be all the letters in the alphabet, and then you'll be able to create whatever you want. The lady here, I'm going to zoom around a little bit so you can see, because I'm kind of in the upstairs of the retreat, but she has pretty much quilts on every wall. Okay. Like people have made quilts, they've donated. I'm upstairs right now. The retreat center is downstairs. But one thing that I wanted to do was, because her walls are already full, but there's some border room. So next retreat that I come up to in November, I'm going to have my alphabet patterns done and patterned out and kitted out. So it will say Kusa Mountain Retreat. I think that's what she's calling this one, because this is a brand new retreat center. She has the lodge, which is this one, and that's called Kusa Mountain Lodge. But the center that I'm actually in now is called Kusa Mountain Retreat. So what I want to do is bring baggies with everybody's letter, everybody's fabric, everybody at the retreat do a couple letters, and then I can make a big long sign that'll kind of go up above the windows, because there's some blank spots to where we can put Kusa Mountain Retreat, at the top of it. So we're going to do that as a surprise for her. So if you know Mary from Kusa Mountain, don't tell her. Probably somebody in the chat knows who she is, but don't tell her. So I'll also have the letters patterned out. So that's the original thought process behind how do I scale this down to get other people hooked on pixel quilting.
So someone's gonna have to come up with a Yoshi one
Okay, what's Yoshi?
from Mario World.
Oh, yes. Okay, I can do that. As a matter of fact, I have a couple ideas that I've wrote down in my notepad of things to do. Someone even asked for a poop emoji.
What? Really?
And I'm like, you want a poop emoji?
Oh,
I'm
my
gonna make you.
goodness. That's too funny.
So yeah, so someone wanted an ice cream cone. And I also have another series, because these are going to be in series. Like this one is going to be my Pixel Pals. So in Pixel Pals, I'll have this. I'll have my little frog. Any other animal type deal will be in this one. And then I'll have the Pixel Expressions, which will include all the emojis. I'll have Pixel Gaming, because that's already a topic that I've been thinking about. That'll have all the games and Mario and like a Nintendo controller and all that. Pixel Petals will be all the flowers and, fun stuff. Pixel, Pixel, oh God, what did I name it? Pixel Blocks. It was for quilt blocks. Pixel, I can't think of it, but another one that simulates quilt blocks. So it'll be like the star, it'll be the pixel, I think of it. So I'll have different categories for each. So my one that I'm excited about, it's the Pixel Adventures series. And my first one is going to be a little camper. oh, it's so cute. I've already started designing it because how I design these is I literally go in Excel and I start a 16 by 16 grid. And that's because I know that that's going to be, 4 of these,
Yeah.
8, 4 of these. And I literally start coloring in those things. I know that there's pixel images creators out there and pixel things out there, and I've tried them, and sometimes you get a good result, sometimes you don't. I have better luck sitting behind my computer on Excel, just kind of clicking the boxes, different colors, and until I actually make up the pattern. So
Well, I know you probably could do a bunch of Minecraft stuff too, since Mona's having to leave, by the way, because she's getting ready for her live. Minecraft has a lot of pixelated stuff, which you've probably noticed.
Yep.
Yeah, so that would be another one to pick up on because there's gamers around all over
that. And like I said, that'll be in my pixel gaming series.
Yeah.
So that will encompass all those gamings. One wanted an ice cream cone. I don't know where I'll fit that in there, but I'll find a category that it fits in. So people have given me good ideas, and I'm like, okay, I got to keep up. And I got to keep going to my retreats, and I got to find time to do the patterns. But so if you had any ideas, I'd love to hear them. And I'd love to make them come to fruition in a pixel pattern.
I think this is fantastic.
I'm excited to see you sewing right along, Katie. Look at you.
Yeah. Thank you for letting me test this out for you.
Sure.
Just got to make sure these all are going in the direction they're supposed to be going in. Let's see. But yeah, this is fantastic. See, now you make me want to, I would love to do a pixel quilt with my horse.
Yes.
I don't know if there's too many dark colors on him or not.
No, you can make it work, and lots of times animals work so much better than people as far as getting your pixelated picture to be right off the bat. People take a little bit of work in and maneuvering because you want the eyes right. But like when you put your cat in there or a dog in there, or in your case, a horse, it goes in and it comes out like a pretty good result. And you're like, wow, okay. Because you're not trying to take out those artificial colors like in skin. You don't want coral. Like in my son's quilt, I had that coral. You don't want coral in skin. But with animals, it gets it so much better without having to play for a couple hours to try to get your picture right. So if you get in the website, play around with it with your pictures, see how you like it. If, play with a number of colors. Like I said, the more colors doesn't necessarily mean better, but sometimes you have to add colors to get a little more detail. Yeah. I would love to see it.
That'll be very cool.
And again, I will always tell this to people up front. Pixel quilting is different. You either like it or you don't. Yeah. So, and everybody's not going to like that. And I realized because I've had, probably about 40 tester kits go out with my patterns, my tester patterns and my rulers and fabric, just like you got, Katy. And people have given them back to me and they're said, nope, this isn't for me. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I've gotten baggies back because the kits actually come in. Well, these are just tester ones. They actually come in the little bags with everything. And I literally get this back with a bunch of cut up fabric, the pattern and the ruler. And they're like, this isn't for me. And I'm like, okay.
It's probably because maybe they're small pieces and they felt too challenged by it.
Yeah. And like I said, well, she actually does, what's that stuff that's real small with the paper in the back? Not foundation, English paper piecing.
English paper, yeah.
And she's doing the Tula quilts with those hexes. So she's used to small work.
Yep. But
it's different. So this didn't work for her. And I'm like, okay, I get it. So, and that's why I encourage people to start with a little pattern like this. This one has 8 blocks. This one only has 4. See if you like the process. See if it's a challenge for you. And then you go into your custom pictures and see, is this something that I really would like to do? And the lady here at the retreat, she jumped right in. I said, no, I think you need to try one. She's like, nope, I'm doing my granddaughter and that's it. And I said, okay, I'll help you. So she jumped in and,
well, see, I think if you'd have stuck, oh, something's wrong here. What is wrong? Let's see, here's this one. Uh-oh. I just knocked him on the floor. Yeah, there's something wrong here. Hang on a second. I gotta go get Nora.
Okay. And while she's gone, another thing, because I see she's got a little design board that she's working with. The lady who does pixelquilts.com, she actually found this little gem. So this is a bulletin board from the Dollar Tree. So it comes like this. It's already felt. It's got sticky stuff or felt foam or whatever that is in the inside. And the back of it is cardboard. So when I do my rows, I stack up 9 of them. So that cardboard on the back, it keeps it from those pieces to stick. But this is a bulletin board, $1.25 from the Dollar Tree, and it acts as my design board. So this is another little trick. The Pixel lady who actually does it, she found this little gem. So as soon as she found this, and I started doing it too, and I thought, okay, that's perfect. It's a design board that's already made and done for $1.25. So definitely perfect, and it's perfect size because this is a 10-inch by 10-inch. So by the time you do all your little pieces on it, it fills up your board just perfectly. So another little
You're gonna have
trick.
to go to the Dollar Tree and send me some of those.
Well, I actually have cases of them at home because that's, I do kits with it too. So when I do retreats or workshops, I have the whole kit with the bag, with this inside of there, with the ruler. So this is my workshop kits that I hand out at retreats. But another little
I think
tip.
that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Because I haven't bought any design boards. These design boards are like, let's see, they're at least 10 years old now because the price of them is so bad right now.
Well, you can make your own.
I've been making them, but they're not as nice as these.
Right. That's true. You get spoiled.
The cardboard because I can't go to the store and buy. See, now if I had access to an office supply where I could buy that thick poster board, you know what I'm talking about?
Like the foam board?
Yeah, the foam board. I would make my own with that because the ones I have over here that are homemade are just from cardboard. And it doesn't take long for the cardboard to start softening.
Yeah. Well, in that case, because I have a couple too. You know how the corrugated goes one way on the cardboard? Do 2 layers. Do one corrugated this way and one corrugated this way. That way they don't start bending. And I know exactly what you mean. They get flimsy.
Yeah, because the ones I got on cardboard right now, they don't last very long. Yeah,
like the ends start bending up. Yep, because when you're grabbing them.
If it's a long one, I have a long one. It's bowing in the middle because it's just,
Yes. Yep. But if you do that and you alternate the way the corrugation goes, that eliminates that. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, I didn't know that. Geraldine says, don't you have to be careful with copyright trademarks?
Yes, you do. And depending on what you're going to do with that quilt, like say if you do something and you want to display it in a quilt show, you have to have permission from wherever you got that picture from. Now, if you're just doing a quilt and you're going to hang it up in your room, like say I did of Prince, I don't need any copyright, to protect myself or any copyright rights from that or trademark rights because I'm just using it for personal use. If I were to put it in a show, then yes, I would have to reach out to whoever owned that picture and see if I could use it. Case in point, one of my friends did one at the Atlanta Quilt Festival, and she actually had to reach out to the lady, Mahalia was her name, and I don't know the history on the background of her, but she had to reach out to get permission to use that quilt in the show, and she actually had to pay a copyright fee, which she was more than glad to do it. They whatever, I don't even know what it ended up being, but she had to pay that fee. So yes, you do have to worry about copyright infringement if you're using, picture of Marilyn Monroe or, the Prince or your favorite singer.
With Prince, there's actually, and I have the book, but it must be still in California. It must be in California. But it's a book that has a bunch of quilts that were done to honor Prince. There's an actual book. And when I saw the picture you did, I'm like, it reminded me that I had that book. It's just not here at the moment.
Interesting.
I'll
But
look it
yes.
up and see if I can find it. Because, yeah, I thought of that when I saw yours.
Mhm. If I were to sell it or
Yeah.
just, yes, I would definitely need to do copyright.
Yeah. Yep.
And actually, when you go into the Pixel Quilts website to design your own, you have to scroll through a terms and agreements condition, and that lists stuff like that in there.
Yeah.
Yep. Good
Let's see.
question.
Ingrid says, my nephew is here, excited to hear the pattern ideas. And then, let me see if I missed anybody up here. Cindy came in and said hi to everybody. Yeah, I think I caught everybody already.
Okay, real quick, Katie,
Yeah.
before we go any farther, I have 2%. So if I just go blank, it's because my battery has died.
Okay, yeah.
So,
That's
but
okay.
I will, when I go back downstairs, I'll plug back in and then I'll just be on the chat.
Okay,
So
all right.
if anybody chats in or they say something about it, I'll hear you saying it and then I'll respond to them in the chat.
Geraldine, you are correct. Thank you for saying that because I couldn't remember what the challenge was, but it was from QuiltCon, if I remember right. I think Prince was a cherry wood challenge. Yes, it was. And so I think they did them one year for QuiltCon or something like that.
Interesting.
And
I have
that's
to
how
go
I
look
came
that up.
about buying the book because I saw it. I don't remember where I saw it at, but I ended up buying the book. It was at your house for a little while.
I might have to go look that up.
Yeah. And then I took it to Lake City with me, and I think it's still there. Or I took it to California One. I don't know. I took it somewhere. I don't remember. Okay. Now then, let's see here. I think now that looks like it's supposed to. Yep. I'm going to press these though because they're.
And sometimes when you starch and you go pretty heavy, you can finger press. I don't. I like to iron press each row, but you can finger press and get away with that.
Yeah, I was using my roller and my fingers, but now that I got the rows sewed together, the two rows, I'm going to use heat, and then I'll turn them over and sew them together, and we'll see how that works.
Did you press like towards the dot?
This one says to go that way. The picture does, and the arrow for the second one says to go that way, which I've done.
Okay, I'd be curious to see how you like it and how it works for you. Oh, look at the heart block. How pretty.
I'm working on it.
It looks good.
Shonda, what are you working on?
I'm just gonna put some binding on a little table runner.
Okay.
I was trimming it. I had to trim the batting and the backing down.
Did you have a good day at work today? Well, no, you're off today.
Yeah, it's Saturday. I don't work.
Yeah, today's Saturday.
No, I kind of slept in, and then I did some chores, and then I forgot that I told the kids that I would make Chipotle for dinner this weekend.
Uh-oh.
And so I had to go get some groceries and get some marinating going so I could cook tomorrow.
Oh, it's for tomorrow?
Well, because I with this, I would, in order for me to cook it today, I would have had to like not come to the live.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that. So they can wait till tomorrow.
I'm glad you made it here today.
I think it's cool you're talking about pixel quilts. Because I have not made one yet, but I do have an interest in them. So when I went to QuiltCon year before last, the course that I took was pixel quilt in EQ8.
Really?
Oh, interesting.
Wow. You hear this little four-legged critter? Really? I already let you outside, but I know what you want. Now she's telling me, Mom, you haven't fed me my meat yet. Oh, I see what you mean about how stiff this is and how these seams are lining up. That's interesting, Christine. Oh, we lost her. Hang on, let me go give her food.
Yeah, Christine, when you get on, Ingrid wants to know where we can get your patterns, if they're available yet. I know you said you didn't have your website up yet, but you said, can you type in what your Facebook page would be? That might help. Let's see. Trying to make sure I get these in the right order.
First thing I've done today is dump all my little pixel squares on the floor. Ugh. Leave it up to me to knock it off my desk.
I don't think I have that one.
Christine, where can we get your pattern? Okay, when she comes back, I will ask her that, Ingrid. Because right now I think we're testing her patterns. But I'm excited about it because it's the first time me trying something like this.
Now that's a challenge, I would say.
Yeah. It should be fun. I'm just making it's a flower is what it is. See? It's called a patty rose.
Okay.
Little 12 by 12 finished size, it says. And I got to make sure I get some stuff cut tonight for tomorrow. So I can do that during Mona's live. Okay. Let's see if we can't get this pinned. I wonder if I need to pin. It looks like it's lining up without me having to do anything. Let's try it without pins. Only one thing that can happen, it doesn't line up and I have to tear it all out.
She said that it should though, huh?
Yeah, she did say that. Because it is very, the fabric is very stiff. It was nice of her to starch it for me. She knows I can't spray starch.
Yeah, I think it probably dipped it and let it,
Sure looks like
saturated it
very
and let it
stiff.
dry. I could be wrong.
Must have, because it was stiff. I'm like, I've never seen such stiff fabric before.
Did we find, oops.
Hmm?
I'm I'm trying to get back on the YouTube on my thing. Ingrid did, she wanted to know where she could get her patterns.
Yeah, I'm waiting on her to come back.
Okay. And Denise says it's poll time. It's poll time.
It's poll. What time is it? Oh, 7:30, 8:30. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Okay. What is the term for a word that is pronounced differently in different regions of dialects? And we have 27 votes. Wow, the votes are low tonight. 67% said dialect. 7% said register. 15% said sociolect, and 11% said idiolect. And I'm going to read to you what the answer is, because some of y'all got teased into choosing the first word.
Okay, Katy. Yeah, I have to tell everybody. Yep,
Because-
that's good.
Yeah, 67. That's a big number that fell for that little trap. And I'm not the one that set up the trap. It's the word thing that I do. Okay, where is my little thingy at so we can read it? Here it is. Okay, so the answer is the idiolect refers to the unique way an individual speaks encompassing their particular vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation patterns. This term can describe regional or dialectical variations where words may be pronounced differently based on geographic, social, or cultural factors. For example, English speakers might say tomato or tomato, depending on their region. Each speaker's idiolect reflects personal influences such as family background or regional upbringing, making language highly individualized. Although idiolect broadly refers to an individual's speech habits, it also highlights a fascinating diversity within a shared language shared by distinct regional and dialectical nuances. And, you know, that's like how, you know, some people say Nevada. Some people say Nevada.
Yeah.
There you go. There's an example. So the answer is idiolect. So 14% of you got that right.
So 14% of us of them are very wise.
Well, I got it right.
Very read upon.
Yeah. Well, when I answered it through the word trivia, I got it right because I've studied words. When you go to college and in high school, you study, there's terms that you study, and that's one of them.
Okay.
And so that's how I knew the answer to that one, because I've had access to that word before. You know, when you're in elementary school, you learn what homophones and synonyms and antonyms and, you know, but when you get into a higher level education, they talk more about that kind of stuff. And nope, they're not lined up. See, this is why I don't, oh my gosh. Now I gotta rip it out. This is why nesting is such a problem
Hey,
for me. They
why
never
don't you
ever
try?
line-
Can
they
you do
never line up.
a little glue stick?
Huh?
Can you do a little glue stick if the
I don't
pins
know.
are in your way?
I've always done pins.
Then I do pin. I cut.
Yeah, because I stick that pin between the middle of both seams, and that's how I line all my stuff up.
I know.
And see, I knew this probably wasn't going to work because every time it never nests. Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever, never.
Never, ever. So pins are going to be life for this.
Hey, you won't be the only one that, you know.
Yeah, I don't know why I have such trouble nesting stuff. It's just, that's why I pin or, you know, press open, because I can line stuff up better. I'm going to leave them like this. I'm just going to stick the pin through each seam and then try it again. Okay, what time is it now? Sherry, can you let me know when it gets closer to 8 o'clock your time?
Yeah, I can.
About 10 minutes till I need to send everybody to Mona.
Okay.
And if I am careful, I will overlook it without even thinking about it. I probably should start setting a timer so I don't do that. I checked on something today and I'm minus 1 more kilo.
You're minus what?
Minus 1 more kilo.
That's great.
I know, right?
Yeah. I can see it. Can you?
Yeah, I can see it in my face, but I don't see it anywhere else. Put it that way.
It'll all come around.
You didn't gain it in a day, you're not gonna lose it in a day. That's what I have to tell
That's
myself.
right.
So
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Why is it though that you can gain 2 pounds in a day and not lose it in a day?
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we can, we just don't pay attention to it when we do.
I know.
It happens. We do.
Especially when
But
you're
it just be
older.
water weight.
I know that's true. Or yeah. it's like, you think, okay, I've been really good. I've been really careful, but nothing's moving, but maybe I need to move more.
Yeah.
That's definitely what it is for me. I need to move more.
In my head, I do. No.
I wear a fitness watch. It tells me every day that I sat on my ass.
I don't have a fitness watch for that very purpose because I know. You know,
Like you took 2,000 steps today.
yeah. Bitsy
Yeah.
was saying, you should get out and exercise. And I'm like, right. I do not love any of it. But you give me a horse, you can get exercise on a horse. Literally, you can.
Yeah, because your core. You're
Yeah,
working your core.
exactly. And that's why when I moved here, I had the best ever thighs any woman could ever wish for. Now, not so much. But there's no horses for me to practice on.
I think that in Greenland there would be horses, a lot of horses that people.
There's horses here. They're just not nearby.
Oh, okay. Like I think of the draft horses or whatever, like that are the horses that are adapted to the climate.
Yeah, we have Icelandic horses here.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
But they're at sheep farmers. Does it say that? Wait. Denise says, last week I got sent to the wrong date. Does it say that, Shonda? I don't know what she's talking about.
The wrong date. Oh, is she thinking about the upcoming, like your upcoming lives and that, because you got to look at the dates to make sure that you're on the right one, because you'll be sitting there and they'll say it's 30 days.
I know. I have literally, when I set my stuff up for a month, I have literally accidentally put the wrong live in a Zoom.
Oh, yeah.
And when I go to bring up Zoom, nobody's there because I put the wrong one there.
Yeah. I have to go.
Make that mistake.
No.
Especially when you're tired. And I do make mistakes setting up lives from time to time, unfortunately.
Yeah, Denise, I don't know what you mean. But yeah, that could be what she's talking about. Are you talking about the socialites link, Denise?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Because we have another socialites at the end of the month. Well, close to the end. Please be more specific. She said, last week I got sent to the wrong date.
Yeah,
that could have been
who's saying that?
That wouldn't have been us.
Who's saying that?
Denise.
Yeah, you probably clicked on the wrong one. I've done that many times. And it will take you there.
Yep.
But you won't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's like when we set our stuff up in advance. YouTube will post all those advanced dates. And if you're not noticing it, when you get the notification and you click on it, you'll discover that you clicked on the wrong one.
Yeah, I know. I did it because the first link I clicked on yesterday, I had clicked on the wrong one.
And it's because I have a zillion of them up right now.
But I'll go in and check the one for next week and make sure that it's right.
Yeah. You said your fitness watch said yesterday you sat on your ass.
It's every day. I mean, it doesn't say that. It just tells me how many steps I took and if I got my heart rate up and all that kind of stuff. And the answer is always no.
I think it's interesting, like when I went out to nature with my colleagues and stuff, because our boss took us out there to have some fun. And I did some hiking up the side of a small mountain. And it showed how many steps that I took, which was like 2,000 something. But did it bother to tell you that I was walking all the way up an incline? No.
It needed to tell you how many calories you were burning because of walking on an
Yeah,
incline.
because that incline is hard work.
I know.
But right, but you'll have a bigger calorie burn from the incline, and so that's where it shows.
It didn't even show my calorie burn for that, I don't think.
Oh, so it didn't show calories at all?
I don't know. Well, I have, oh, my phone's being used at the moment. I don't think it showed the calories. It just showed how many steps I did. And I'm like, well, that sucks. It didn't even bother to acknowledge that I walked up an incline. And
Well, my
it was a
Fitbit
serious
would
incline.
recognize those. I have a cheaper watch now that doesn't recognize that, but my Fitbit would recognize because it recognized stairs. So it understood when I was climbing, and it would give me, it wouldn't say that I went up an incline, but it would say I walked up the stairs.
Yeah.
Be like, you went up 3 flights of stairs today.
Cool. I wish I could find a fitness watch that was small. I cannot stand them big bulky things.
They make them, and they make some that, like, if you don't want a watch face, they make some of it. They don't even have a watch face. It's just a little small.
Oh yeah, Fitbit or something like that. I think made a tiny one.
Yeah,
I think they do make a smaller one now, but they have the Aura ring, which is just a ring that you wear, and But I'm trying to get away from the subscription model. I love my Fitbit. I've had a Fitbit for over 10 years, but I'm tired of paying their monthly fees. So I'm trying out a cheaper watch that doesn't have any fees and seeing how that goes.
I think I'll use that.
We'll see if this is much better now that I put the pin in between put the pin in the middle of each of the sides.
Oh, I thought you were going to head out.
Hmm?
Well, let me know before you head out. You don't have to be sorry.
Hey, Mona. They gave rings now, or they give, huh? They have rings now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have the Aura ring, but I like the clock face because mine subs as a watch. I like wearing a watch, so that's why I wouldn't do the Aura ring. But also the Aura ring still has a subscription. That's what I'm trying to avoid. And I think the Aura subscription is even more expensive than the Fitbit subscription. I don't know if anybody else makes a ring. If somebody else makes a ring that doesn't have a subscription, let me know because I might check it out.
Hi, Rudy. How are you? I had to send out new links for live streaming. It was gone. Uh-oh. I'll make sure to pick it up. Did you send it out in an email or over on Discord?
The Zoom takes out all the background noise. You don't have to tiptoe.
Yep. Definitely takes out all the noise. Now see, everything lines up on here, but now we have one long seam. Wouldn't it benefit to press this open? Oh no.
I think she said that those are the ones she does press open. I thought she said like the individual squares she presses those the one like the individual rows, she presses to one side or the other and alternates. But then when she sews those rows together, she presses open, I thought.
Okay. Okay. Because it would make more sense to do that.
My stupid self did not leave enough space for this binding.
Uh-oh.
Yeesh.
All right. We got
Okay.
that first 2 rows done. And me taking a pin and putting it through the seam on both sides fixed the offset that happened when I tried to do it without a straight pin. So there's
Yep, I pin on both sides. That's how I pin.
yeah, I always pin. So there it is. It's all there's row number 1 and 2. Now we'll start row number 3 and 4.
Oh, cool. Had fun.
Shonda, pretty colors in your quilt, says Mona. Shonda is welcome to join the live too if you want to. She's gonna go live 8 o'clock your time, Shonda.
Okay.
And I'll send the link to you. Did she answer my question about? Christine says, I'm back, Katy. I'll listen for any questions about, hey, after you've sewn the 2 rows together, did you press open that part? She says she only opens the seams when she's attaching the full blocks. Okay. That's what I was wanting to know. All right.
Oh, okay. So when she's attaching the full blocks. Got it.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
And someone wanted to know how they can get her patterns.
Christine, someone was asking how they could get your pattern. All right. And I need to go see about that link for Mona. So I can send it to you guys. That would have been on Discord, I think.
What was it that,
The link for Mona, she had to reset it.
oh, she did?
Yeah, she said something, she said it disappeared,
Um,
which is strange.
let me see, I'll look too.
Yeah, she said it disappeared, so she had to redo it. Uh-oh, I just accidentally closed Discord. That's not good.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, she had to reset. Oh, she already sent it to you?
Yeah.
Because she said she had to reset it. Okay. There you are.
Well, I almost got my first block done just because I wanted to have a sample to look at.
Yeah.
Almost. One more row. And I've changed it up. Before they have this pattern that you cut it, the strips are all the same width, but you cut different lengths. Well, I got tired of doing that, so I just cut my width and then, the width of what I needed. And then I cut off at the end. It's
So
much
Cheri, you already
better.
got it, correct?
I do.
Okay, then I'll send to Shonda and Teresa. Hope I'm not missing someone I was supposed to share it with.
These blocks I'm making are 16.5.
That's a good sized block,
Yeah,
Mhm.
like the ones I'm doing behind me.
yeah, it'll make the quilt grow best.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I've sent the email to you, Shonda.
Alrighty.
Do I need one more there? Side.
Yeah, I just got it from Discord, Mona, so I've sent it to them through an email. When sewing block to block together. Okay, gotcha.
One last one.
All right, let's start sewing this next 2 rows. Why do I have that right there? Because it told you to do that. That's why.
Every time I bind a quilt, it's like I'm doing it for the first time. I don't know why, but I cannot get it right.
Join the club,
Because it's
Shonda.
not something you do daily, you know?
It's like I don't get it.
I have the same problem. I can start it, get it all the way around, and then when it's time to join those 2 ends together, it's like
Mess it up
my brain is like, okay, what do I do?
How do I do this again?
How do I? Yeah, exactly.
So I've already sewn it wrong once.
It's just something about it, and I don't understand why it's
It-
always
It's
repeat, repeat, repeat. And I have 4 quilts to put binding on, and I know what's going to happen.
Well, the first one I struggle with. So like when that happens, the first one it's like, okay, how do I do this? And then I do it, wrong a few times and then I get it right. I watch a tutorial and I'm like, okay. And then the rest of them I'll be fine. But then I won't do binding for a couple of months. And then when it's time again, I have to do it
Yeah.
all over again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I even have a little test piece of binding over here to tell me this is how you do it. And I still do it wrong
Yeah.
every single time.
Yeah.
Every time.
I
Here's
feel
my
you on
little-
that one.
I don't know if you see it, but here's my
I feel you on it. Because I go through the same problem every time.
Let me go find a binding tutorial.
Oh, there is one under Cheri and I, my quilting world. How to do binding.
Okay. All
It's
right,
very-
I will check that.
it's
Do
very
you start
detailed.
from the front or
Huh?
do you start from the back?
I show it doing both ways.
Okay.
I
Let's
show
see.
it if you are going to machine sew it completely, starting from the back, pulling it over to the front. And I show if you're going to hand stitch it down to in the back, how to do the front and pull it
I will
over.
find that right now.
It's like a 10-year-old video, but it still works. And you don't have to use that same thread that I used, you know. It was like I was using Monty Poly threads that it wouldn't show.
Gotcha.
But you can, I don't really use that now.
Lynn says, I found a video that shows an excellent way to bind a quilt. It's on a 45-degree angle join. I've watched Tiffany do them, and the way she does it makes sense to me. But could I do it the way she did it? Probably not.
I mean, it's literally just the table runner. I should just do a straight join instead of trying to do what I'm doing, but I don't know.
Well, because you know, if you do it at an angle, it's going to lay down flatter.
Okay, I'm self-promoting.
I think I found it.
I put it in for the binding, the playlist for that one that says binding.
Thank you for
I
sharing.
found it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
You show start to finish.
Yeah, I do. Everything, even the tools that you need to use. I was a detailed person.
Christine, are you still in the channel? I should have this done probably maybe by Monday. And I'll send you back to feedback on it. Right now we're sewing this first.
Okay, Mona said that she had sent to the link to everyone in
Discord. Yep, and I emailed Shonda the link.
Yeah,
Because I don't know if Shonda has Discord.
goes into it.
I barely can keep up with Discord.
It's a little too much for me. I'm in there.
It's too confusing.
Thank you, Denise.
What'd she say?
Denise, she says my block was pretty, and I told her thank you.
Yeah, it is pretty. Okay, I'll make sure to get it to did you need me to fill out a form? You mentioned something on the Facebook group about a form, but I don't remember you sending me a form. You probably didn't, and because I didn't ask about it until I read it in your Facebook group. Because I can just send a regular email and give you all the information.
Now,
You know
does
what? I'm
Christine
not
have
too. I
have a
don't.
Facebook group?
Hmm?
Doesn't Christine have a Facebook page?
Yeah, for the Pixel one, yeah. She also
Um,
has Facebook, but
She needs to share that.
what? The Facebook, I can share that for the
Okay.
Pixel.
Because Ingrid was asking earlier too.
Oh, sorry. Let me repost that stuff. So here is for the Facebook group for the Pixel Quilts tips and tricks. And I'm going to put that in my bot too. I'll probably do it after the live. So here's for that. And then here's the website for creating the pattern for if you want to use your own picture.
Hey, Rudy. Brenda, hi.
There you go. There's both links right there.
Shonda, they say you have pretty colors in your quilt.
Thank you.
I think
And
it's
Mona wants you to join her on her live too, if you want.
Yeah, I'll come on for a little bit.
Which Kitty didn't.
fun. You never know what we're going to be laughing about. All right. Christine, where it says where it has an arrow going down on the side of this block, does that mean all of these seams need to be pressed down? It has the purple Prince Pixel as a picture. Dandelion wants to know what pattern you're making, Cheri. Hello, Dandelion.
I just found it like a free thing on, it's called, no, I guess it wasn't free. You can get it off of Etsy too, but this I had, it's called the Heart Log.
Oh my God.
cabin quilt block, and you can make it in 16, 18, or 20-inch blocks. That's massive, 20-inch. But it's going to be like a wedding quilt. So this is the colors that she used in her wedding. So, and then I got to do another one, something in neutrals.
Lynn says hello, by the way. Crochet Queen says hello. How are you? I'm good. What about yourself?
Hi, Lynn.
She says yes about that arrow.
Dandelion. I like the name Dandelion 196.
Yeah, that's a cute name.
It is.
And I need to press these down.
Press the seams down for that block. That's what Christine says.
I'm working on it, woman. I'm just teasing, by the way. I wasn't being snarky. This is when I should have my little ironing station set up over here so I don't have to keep getting up.
There you go.
Yeah, because I've got baby iron to use. Okay, so this is, make sure this is going the right way. Yes, it is. So now we're going to sew it to this rectangle. Press the seams down for the block. And Crochet Queen says, I'm trying to okay, been in the hospital since like, aw, I hope you get to feeling better. Lots of that been going around lately.
I know.
Definitely.
I've been something in the air has, if I sit down on my sun porch,
Mhm.
my sinuses have been going crazy. So I don't know if that neighbor has something that he has planted or given to John that John's planted, but I go out there and then the next day I'm like really rough voice and
Do you smell anything super sweet outside?
uh
It's like a sick, sweet smell.
like magnolia.
No, magnolia's not got that sick, sweet. There's a shrub called the silverthorn shrub.
Okay.
It has a silver color to it.
Yes.
But when it flowers, it permeates neighborhoods with the smell.
Well, they may have it because it's like it just really was, and my nose has just been going crazy.
There was a neighbor that lived 2 blocks away, and his would flower every spring, and my asthma would go berserk
Oh,
because I could smell it that far away. And so when I
Thank you,
figured out,
Cheri.
yeah,
I got binding.
yay!
you did it.
I did it.
Oh, yay!
Okay, now these all.
I'll have to look. I'm gonna look in their yard, our neighbors, because I gotta look because a lot of times our neighbors will share their plants with us. We've gotten a lot of plants that it's very unique that neighbors have shared. So I'm gonna look and see if I can. I know what that looks like. What you're talking about, Katy. So
Yeah, the silverthorn. Yeah.
yeah.
Because I had thought about buying that shrub because it can make a great barrier shrub. But then when I saw that it had little white flowers on it and it was stinking up neighborhoods and my asthma was not reacting well to it, I'm like, I must be allergic to this one only bush. Because magnolias don't bother me, jasmine doesn't bother me, honeysuckle doesn't, but that goddamn bush did.
Yeah. I had now our crab trees, our crepe myrtles are blooming, but they never bothered me.
Yeah, it's pretty
But-
interesting.
I don't know.
Christine says, I missed it. What happened? I'm trying to figure out what this was about. You're gonna have to reiterate a bit because I'm not sure what that's in question two. Must be behind on something here.
Oh,
Let me see here. Now we're doing light green, dark green, and this needs to be going that direction. And then we got this one. It needs to be going the other direction. Okay. Uh-oh. No, we're all right. Never mind. Said 10 o'clock. See, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're still
We
good.
got another out, less than an hour.
I need to go downstairs and see if my eyeglasses are down there. I couldn't find them up here.
Oh,
I don't know, you know,
yep.
you lose things. I rearranged up here the other day.
Yeah, you told me you moved your sewing machine, didn't
I
you?
did. I moved it. I have a L-shaped desk.
Mm-hmm.
And so I moved it, and I've had it this way before. It's on the L. So it's at an angle. And what's nice about it, it gives me all this room over to my right now for cutting and all that. And my mat's right here yet for ironing. And all I have to do is just turn my chair. So I think I like this the best. And I have more room.
Yeah.
It's like I had behind my sewing machine, I had like dead space, you know, that I wasn't using.
I definitely want it when we reset the whole sewing room in it or the craft room. I definitely want to make sure that I make sure I have things the way I want it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if we're going to go through all of that ordeal to make sure, you know. And I'm definitely leaning toward when I get ready to order the shelves and stuff to order the doors to go over the top of the shelves.
Or
Protection.
protection.
I can buy it.
And all that.
I can
yeah, because
buy
you want to keep the light out.
Yeah.
and not only that, it'll keep the dust off of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it might cut down on me having to worry about dust so much.
Yeah.
And the price of the doors weren't bad, so you know it's doable.
And if you ever don't want to do the doors, you can always
don't
make some
like it.
curtains.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely. I had thought about because right now the two shelves that actually had covering on two of the shelves in the craft room, I covered them with vinyl clear plastic
Yeah.
because at the
Just
time
say-
it worked. And those two shelves don't have any glass inside of it. Too bad I didn't think to do that to all of it.
You can even hang a quilt over there and use a quilt as your
Yeah. I'm definitely going to hang some hooks from the ceiling so I can hang some quilts. Because y'all don't get to see them very much because I never hang them up. And I should start hanging them up. And I need to get my mandala back on the wall before something bad happens to it.
No, but I do like what
did you
you're
get it
doing,
back from the place?
back.
Yeah, I got it. It's sitting wrapped in a sheet, sitting in the craft room at the moment. And I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna have to or tighten the. I don't really want to tighten it because I feel like it's gonna stretch the mandala some more. So I'm gonna see if there's gonna be a sag or not from us taking it and moving it like we did.
Mm-hmm.
If there's not a sag, I'm gonna leave it alone, but if there is a sag, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do about it.
Block it. It's crochet.
Yeah,
Blocking
that's
fixes
what I was thinking,
everything.
is wetting
That's
it and let
true.
it shrink back up again.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's right. Yeah.
Block it and pin it how you want it, and then wet it and then pin it how you want it, and you'll be good to go.
Yep. The channel stopped moving. Are you guys still there? Hello. No one's saying anything.
We've mesmerized them.
Oh, put them into a trance.
They're all looking at my binding video.
Katie, I'm back now.
Hey, girl. Ooh, look what's behind you. Pretty. Hang on a minute. I got a spotlight that so I can get a better look. Now that's what I call color.
Oh, that's
Nice.
pretty.
I love it. Whose does that one belong to?
That is Janet, but we all are working on that project
That is gorgeous.
because we have an instructor here. So this is the project that everybody's working on. So she just finished hers and put it up.
Oh my gosh, it's
But-
gorgeous.
I know I was upstairs earlier, but here's the downstairs retreat
Oh,
center.
look at that retreat room. Wow.
Wow, that's big. That's
So
nice.
cool. And this is right where you're at, near you, or did you have to drive a distance?
It's not 2 hours away.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
But I'm going to go on mute in case I hear for any questions.
Okay, 10-4. Hey, Lynn. She says, I'm here watching. What are you guys working on? Geraldine waves. Yeah, what are y'all working on? I forgot to ask that earlier, what y'all were working on tonight. Man, that's pretty. You see that, Shonda? All that color?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
That's
God.
Color with that black.
Mm-hmm.
No,
That's what I'm talking about.
that's right up your alley.
Right
I
up
know,
my
one of those rainbow boutiques.
Oh yeah. Right up my alley, all right.
Yeah. So the instructor that was here, she just left. She actually left when I was on upstairs, but it's Heidi Pridemore. And she owns the Whimsical Workshop. So these are actually her boutiques that she has designed. Yeah. So hold on, Katie. I'm gonna give you a good close up of some of these.
Now
So
I know that name. I think I have some of her. I think I've purchased stuff from her.
Heidi Pridemore. Yep.
Wow,
So-
look at that pretty. Oh,
Oh, that's pretty.
send me
That's
some.
nice.
That's nice.
Okay, then she's got the orange, but wait till I get to the blue because the blue is like
Wow. Oh my
beautiful.
gosh, I'm jealous. You knew I would be. Oh,
Gotta
All
love
right.
those boutiques, man.
oh,
Are you
man.
ready for the blue?
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
That's gorgeous.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I'm jealous. Now I'm jealous. Wow.
That
That
green is
color is
really
cool.
pretty too.
That
Such
green,
depth in
yeah.
that green.
Yep. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that green and this yellow and one of my African queens. That's her
I think
Yeah.
that's
headdress.
a great idea.
That'd be
Yes.
beautiful.
That would be gorgeous.
Look at those lilies. Oh my God, that's my
You know
favorite.
what the fabric line is?
It is Island Boutiques.
Yeah, but it's got to have some kind of name on it.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I'm
Hold on, let me see.
gonna have to go look into that. Those are gorgeous.
Let's see.
You know, my husband doesn't say anything when I bring home boutiques.
Does anybody know what line this is from Heidi? Like what line this boutiques is from Heidi? What is this name? I know it's Island Boutiques, but what is the line called? Yes. Let me go look. She's got some fat quarter bundles. Let me go check.
Okay. Fat quarter bundles, did you say?
Color
I
burst.
know.
Actually, let me go see.
Fat
Color
quarter
burst.
bundles? Fat quarter bundles, did you say?
She did.
Color burst is the actual fabric mod. So I'm
Oh,
going to
okay.
show you. I'm gonna turn you around, Katie. So let's see, how do I do this? Okay, let me see. Where do I turn the camera?
There's a little thing on your front of your screen that looks like it's going in a circle with arrows, or either a square with arrows going in another direction, or should be.
Goodness. I'll just turn you this way.
Ah, look at that.
Very nice.
Nice. How much is that?
This one is $50, but I think it's on sale. I think she already left for the weekend, but I can text her to find out.
Yeah, would you please? And if you don't mind, pick one up and I'll pay you back.
You head now?
Y'all's is a
No,
good
I'm gonna want
price.
it.
So you still on
I'm
your
trying to
live
turn
stream?
it.
Yep. Your live streams. Okay.
That's pretty.
I wish I could turn it. I don't know how, but
To do what?
That is,
Oh.
are you on an iPhone or Android? Wow. So are those 1 yard pieces?
yes.
Just let me know.
Dang.
And I think these are 4 yards.
What does she still have in there? Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And that's actually her name, Heidi. That's her picture. I don't know if you can see it, but here's like a bin of her patterns. Kind of hard to see what you're seeing.
Fishies and flowers. Oh, there's a unicorn. Wow. Look at all those yummy boutiques. I'm jealous.
Yeah. So this is like the sale locker. And then Mary, the owner of the retreat, she sells sweatshirts and pajamas and stuff that actually, have
That's
her.
cool.
But yeah, so beautiful retreat center. This just opened,
Wow, it's
I think in
fantastic.
September.
Look at
So,
all the space.
okay, so this is the actual retreat center. So let me take you into the other fabulous spot. Does anybody mind being on a live Zoom real quick? Oh, they say, oh,
Ah, you're waiting to say hi back to them.
hello. So this is the kitchen area.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Wow. Man, you could cook for an army in there.
Well, we cook for 16 people. Well, not me, but we have cooks that come in and they do it for everybody.
Dang. That is very awesome.
So, but at the she is the master chef. She's one of the head chefs here. So yes.
Oh, cool.
Check
I'm
her
gonna-
LinkedIn. Yeah. All right. But I really got to learn how to turn this around. How do I turn this around? Because you guys got to see this
Right
outside.
on the front of your screen, you'll see little icons. And one of those little icons on that video should have a little circle with arrows going a certain way.
It might might look like a little camera. So if you tap your screen,
Oh, I
the
see.
icons come up, and you might see like a little camera with a circle in it, and you just tap that.
We are sharing though. They can see
It might be in the
us.
upper. It might be in the upper right hand corner.
Are you on a iPhone or Android?
iPhone. I know what you're talking about.
iPhones are different. I
Yeah.
don't know.
They have
No,
like
I don't
a
have iPhone.
See, normally it's right
circle.
down there, but I don't see it.
Mwah.
Oh wait, there it is. I saw
They see me?
it. Go back. No, just hit the screen.
They're just
There it goes.
There's
Oh.
like multiple screens.
Right there. I got it. So see, that's just like, thank you. That's my roommate, Courtney. Go, Courtney.
Right.
Okay. So there's the kitchen. So check this view out.
Nice.
That's nice.
Beautiful.
Wow. That is outstanding. Beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah. They want to know where it is. Where is it?
And
What
this
location?
is Miss Diana. She's the one who's doing her granddaughter. What'd you say, Katie?
They want to know where this retreat is located.
This is, can you hear me still? Because I'm going,
Yeah.
I'm breaking up. This is
Yeah, we hear
Coosa
you.
Mountain Lodge in Dahlonega, Georgia.
Delana.
Mary Sawaska. Yep, she owns this one. And this is a new
Wow.
building. And just down that hill, probably about, I don't know, maybe 2 football fields, she has the lodge, which is the one that I was doing in the pixel quilt. I took a
Okay.
picture of the front of it and did that, but it's gorgeous out here.
Wow,
Oh.
that's really awesome.
Gorgeous.
That is so cool.
That's why they call it a retreat.
That is a
So-
beautiful building.
So then when we do our quilts, we all stand up there and hang them all over and take a picture. We took one
Yeah.
already tonight before the instructor left, but yeah, so. And then this is the little sewing area room. And I don't want to go in there and film because I don't know how some ladies feel about being on camera. So
Yeah, I would ask before just.
yeah, I'll just turn it around on me. And then once I get back to the sewing station, I'll go back on mute again until
Okay.
I hear any questions.
Okay. That is
Okay.
truly amazing building.
Yeah. Yeah, she's building a third one too.
Really?
Oh my.
Wow. So she must be doing pretty well with her retreats.
Yes.
And I'm coming along with this. I've got the first 4 rows done now. Okay. I'm just going to stick pins in this. Okay. Can you guys see what? Oh, hang on a minute. I need to take her off spotlight for now, so she can see what this looks like so far. I'm sticking pins in it because it's not laying down flat until I get the iron on it really better than I have.
My earbud just died. I'll be right back.
Okay. You know what? I'm having fun with this.
That's good.
I am.
That's
This
good.
this is no different than doing improv scrappy blocks like I do every other week with the tiny squares.
Yeah.
What do you think so far?
I like it. Doing good.
It
Right.
looks good.
Yep, now we'll start making the start putting the next 2 rows on here, or 4 rows, and then we'll sew those together after I knocked all of these on the floor.
Oh.
Man. See, I put them in look, I put them in my little cotton cuts box. That's why I save them, because they're great for small pieces. And then what do? I knock it on the floor. Leave it up to me to be Miss Accident person. This fab, I just can't get over how stiff this is. It's crazy. I've never worked with such stiff fabric before. And it's really making it easy to sew.
I know.
It's too bad I have screwed up longs, you know that? Otherwise, I'd be freaking starching everything.
Now, another way you can starch though too is dilute the starch, like get the liquid linen starch. It's kind of like Stay Flow, and put it in the sink, dilute it and dip your fabric, and you don't have to spray it. But
Is
you
that
would
what
actually,
Is that what you did here, was dip it?
no, I sprayed. But
Oh,
if you're gonna dip and starch, plan for shrinkage for any project.
okay.
But
Well, I have to see if I can make some homemade starch or not.
now I tried with cornstarch and it didn't work, but I've heard vodka, straight cheap potato vodka
That's what
works
I
for
was thinking with
starch.
vodka, because I have access to vodka. I don't have access to starch.
Now, make
mean,
sure your
whatever,
vodka's potato
cornstarch?
vodka.
Huh?
Make sure your vodka's potato vodka. I mean, it'll work, I think, with any, but potato is the one with the starch in it.
Is there potatoes? Is Smirnoff potatoes vodka?
I don't know. You would just have to Google it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's start laying these out. Next 4 rows out. One thing I'm having to do with the pattern, Christine, and I'll mention this in the feedback. You know how you have the red here, where there's this long piece? You that, I don't know if that's a 3, that might be a 3.5 inch. We'll find out. Where the red's together, you have to turn a light on to actually see the seam on the paper. But that's because
Yes.
I have bad eyeballs.
Yes, and some of them with the seams that are dark like that, I have to go back and add the white in there. And I believe I've already fixed that pattern. But
Okay.
yes, because I
Okay.
had to do that with the frog one too,
Yeah.
in the black spots, and then the chicken one with the black ones.
Okay. I thought I would mention that since
Yes, thank you.
Need feedback. This one is going to be the bright red. The cutting instructions are very explicit and easy to follow. So that's not hard at all. I don't even think this is hard. I think a beginner could do this as long as they're paying attention. You know? Did we lose her? No.
Nope.
No, it's very easy sewing. It's straight sewing.
Yeah.
It's just a lot.
Yes, yes, it's a lot, but it's very easy. Unless you're afraid of small pieces.
Right.
Okay. Wait, I need to do one more set of rows here because I want to sew 4 more. And then we'll be able to sew this whole block together. Okay, so that is the dark red. We'll have this block done pretty soon, I think. You could put a mask on to spray start, says Raven. Maybe, but there's a risk of that being all inside my house where I breathe the powder of it. I'm not willing to risk that adding to the problems I have with my lungs. I already know it's going to end my life at some point. Let's not speed it up. Because that's something me and the doctor talked about.
Nope.
But the dipping sounds like an interesting way of doing it. 'Cause
Yeah.
you could put it
especially with
outside and
these-
then hang it on a portable clothes rack, you know?
Right. They hang it in the
Yeah,
bathroom to
yeah,
dry.
in the bathroom, yeah. That would be an interesting way of doing it,
As
not
long as
risking
the
my
scent,
lawn.
you can get it without the scent too.
Yep. Yep. Because I'm trying not to do anything else that can add to my issues with my lungs. I know, I know that there's someone who she starts all her stuff in the bathroom. And she doesn't wear a mask, and I don't understand how she doesn't realize that she's damaging her lungs doing that.
Mm.
Because it's, water vapor.
Yeah.
Because she uses a spray can. It's that Stay Flow stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Aerosolized. So all those little droplets are in the air when you're spraying it. And you actually inhale it without even knowing you're inhaling it. That is very true, Raven. All right, let me see how we're supposed to do this. Looks like I need to do this side first. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
It's looking good, Katie.
Yeah, it's coming along. I
I
think
know.
we won't be long and we'll have that first block done.
Looks good.
I do have a question though. So when you're doing this block here, this is going to be the same block for the other places. You're going to turn it, right?
Maybe. So some of them are mirrored images of each other, but when I created the pattern, like I said, I'm just hand jamming each color. So some of them might not be
Okay,
the
so pay
same,
attention to how
but
they're laid out right here.
theoretically, you could make that same block 4 times and then just flip it.
Okay.
But now, and another thing too is before you sew your 4 blocks together, play with it and turn it. One lady at the last retreat, she had all the greens going in the center and it made a total different pattern.
Oh, I can imagine it did.
Yeah. So before you sew it together, change the blocks and play with it and see what you get.
Okay. Okay.
But it looks good. Move the pattern. I want to see your block.
There you go. These two are sewn. I haven't sewn this seam yet, but I got these two together and these two together, and I'm working on these next 2 sets now.
Looks so good.
Yeah, it's coming. I'm not having any trouble with it at all.
And now
ama-
think
I'm
about
just-
it.
Yeah, I'm just amazed how. I know I keep mentioning, but they're so crispy.
See, you're learning another technique.
Yeah,
And this I consider advanced.
this is advanced.
Oh, maybe not in the pixels, but doing a pixelated project.
I would say confident beginner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
because we've been
It
having this
depends on how,
discussion on
if
and
you're
off.
doing a portrait, then you're getting into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm curious to see once you get that block done, the ruler on.
Yeah, me too.
Seeing your
'Cause we'll
thoughts
be
on that.
testing that ruler out. Yep.
Mhm. It looks good though. And you could do this with any color. You can change the red to a blue. You could change it to a pink. You could change it to an orange. So you have the pattern. You can change anything. You could do a whole quilt of nothing but pixel flowers of different colors.
Yep. Yep. Wait a minute.
You're like, no, not really.
I think this would look good with the peaks.
Or a great table runner. Mhm. And now one thing I will
Gotta go the
say,
other way. Oops. Nope, you got to go the other way. Okay, now we're going to put this one on. I think I have an advantage here because I've been sewing improv blocks over the last 3 months. Have you seen my little improv blocks, Christine?
Yes, I have. They
They're
look
not
so
very
good.
big. Yeah, they're
No.
not very big.
Okay, it's 20 till, just to let you know.
Okay, so when it gets 10 more minutes, we're going to be sliding over to Mona's.
Okay.
Christine, do you want to come on to Mona's live? I'll send you the link, okay?
Sure.
Hopefully you won't have no trouble because she uses, what is that, Streamlabs or Streamlabs?
Streamland.
Streamlab, okay.
No, it clicks you right in.
Yeah, she shouldn't have no trouble with it because I don't even have to have an account.
No.
It doesn't ask you to do that. Because I'm gonna keep my okay, I'll put this here. Coming along. And this one goes here. So now I need to sew these 2 pieces together first, which I'm going to go put heat on it before I do that. So, Christine, the school that Blaze is going to, or the school, well, you know what school it is. They had open house. Can you hear me? She walked off, I think. I wanted to tell her about something. Okay.
I'm going to let Shonda do the last 10 minutes for you because I need to get up and stretch before
Yeah,
Mona.
okay. That'd be fine.
I can feel it in my back. So,
Yeah, it's okay.
okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, thank you. See you in a few.
Yep, see you in a few. Yep, yep. Shonda, do you have to make the food tonight or tomorrow?
I'm making it tomorrow.
Okay. Is Chipotle hot? Like burn your mouth hot?
No,
What does it
it
taste
is
like?
made. It's made for Americans, so it is not spicy, unless you want it to be.
Okay, well, that's what I was wondering about. If it was spicy hot.
Nope.
I don't do spicy hot. But I would like to try it because I've never had it before.
Yeah, it just, I guess some point during the pandemic, I started making it at home because it got really expensive. And
Mhm.
then, like, as a family of 5 or 6, if we wanted to go out and get it, it was like
Highway robbery.
$60.
Yeah. Highway
And it
robbery.
was like I could make it at home for less than half that.
Denise says Christine is a good speaker. Yes, she is. Hey, Christine, I was going to tell you about this. So Thomas and Blaze went to do the open house on Wednesday afternoon. And the teacher was talking to all the parents about the clubs that you could put your child in. And so Thomas talked to me Wednesday about it. Wait a minute.
Okay.
So I told him, I said, so this is what Blaze wanted to sign up for. He wanted to sign up for the art class,
Mhm.
the sewing class, or the sewing club. It was the art club, sewing club, and there was another club. All three. So I send him money Thursday night, and you know how it takes like so many hours before it goes into his bank account. So I sent him a text on Friday and said, the money's there for you to pay for the clubs. He went on to pay for the clubs. All three clubs were sold out in
Aw.
2 freaking days.
Mm.
So now I've got him signed up for the science club, and he's going to do that some kind of running club. I don't know I don't know the exact name of it. But Thomas seems to think that the running club will be good for Blaze because he's got all that energy.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
And so they will be doing like jogging out to explore certain areas. So there'll be some of that visiting of different things, if that makes sense. I have to look it up and see what it's exactly involves, but it has to do with going into nature while they're jogging. But the science club, it's right up his alley, but they don't, I am so surprised they don't have like a math club. They have an academic club, but the academics covers all academics, not one specific one. And I guess we have to wait till school starts to find out how he can sign up to be part of the band, because he wants to play a flute. But the teacher that's been taking Blaze out over, to do things with him, it's his former 3rd grade teacher. She told us that it might be a good idea if Thomas sends an email to his new teacher and see if there's any way they can put him on the waiting list for the art and sewing club. Because he really wanted to do that.
Yeah, I think that'll be good for him. I'm
Yep.
on mute because somebody's vacuuming, so I don't want it to be real loud, but I'm listening.
Julia says it's probably cross country. Yeah, it's something like that. So it'll be good exercise for him. Yeah, it was the Lego club. It was the Lego, art, and sewing club, and all 3 of them were gone in a matter of less than 2 days. And that's if you have 1,500 students on a campus, why would you reduce it to such a small amount?
But you have to have enough instructors, enough teachers to cover it. That's why, if I had to guess.
And the teacher that I got to talk to yesterday, she told me it could be that some people knew the teacher that their kid was going to be in and asked them to put them on the list before even paying for it, which that's not fair. She was talking about there's many students that get left out of these clubs because of that kind of thing.
But then why are they doing that? Why would the school allow that then?
I don't know. That's a really good question. It's like, it's who you know kind of thing. Which is frustrating to me because, Blake is doing really good. And, the fact that he wanted to be in those clubs said a lot. But when he found out, he was disappointed. But then we were looking at others to see what ones weren't sold out yet. And Thomas says, I want to put you in this one where you'll be out jogging and going out to nature. And Blaze is like, okay. He didn't even fuss about it. And then I said, I think he should be in the science club too, because science and math go together. And I asked Blaze what he thought about that. I said, what do you think about doing that? And he says he's willing to try it out. So I went ahead and paid for both the clubs. because I had, I'd sent him money to pay for 3 of them. The Lego club was $75 and the other 2 were $50 a piece. May God bless each one of you with abundant creative joy. Thank you, Rhonda. She's leaving. See you later.
Bye, Rhonda.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate you being here.
Okay.
Denise says, oh, that's too bad. Yep, it is. I was disappointed when I heard it. I'm like, dang it, man. He's so grown up now. It's unbelievable. He's not that same little kid that first came to Georgia.
They changed quick.
Mm-hmm. I told him I was going to take him to QuiltCon, and you should have heard him. Oh, that's going to be fun. And he's probably going to be flirting with every female there. You know what he calls Christine? His adoptive mother.
That's adorable.
Yeah, it is adorable.
It was funny when him and my son Darius used to go at it. He'd be like, that's my mom now. And Darius was like, no, that's my mom, but we'll share.
Okay, this one's supposed to be going this way. Make sure that you're going in the right darn direction. Yep. Okay. I made a deal with him, and I told him if he broke the deal, you know what he wants more than anything for Christmas?
What's that?
He wants a tablet. But
Okay.
the reason he doesn't have a tablet is because he's a bit hard on electronics.
Okay.
So I told him, if you want a tablet that bad, you have to keep your bedroom immaculate all the way up to 2 weeks before Christmas. And if you keep that deal, I will buy the tablet for you.
Okay.
And I
That
think
sounds like a deal.
I think that's a pretty good deal, because when I saw the condition of his bedroom, oh my God. I said, you better be glad I'm not there, because I would have garbage bags in that room. And he says, you'd really do that, Grandma? I said, ask Thomas. And of course, I never threw their stuff away. I just hid it like I had thrown it away.
Right.
Because who could afford to throw toys and things away, you know? But it worked. It made them stop being such slobs in their bedroom. Thomas is just not hard enough on him, I don't think. And I don't want Thomas to be hard on him. I just want him to understand that he has to be clean, you know? Shonda, is that a baby quilt? Denise wants to know.
No, it's a table runner.
Dandelion says, I remember when clubs were free after school. Yeah, me too.
Right?
Now you have
But
to
then
pay
again, we
money.
never had a Lego club, so I don't know.
Yeah. And I think that Lego club will be a lot of fun. It's just too bad. And I guess they've done away with the STEM club because it wasn't on the list. So something
Maybe
must,
they're calling it, maybe that's the academic club. I don't know.
yeah, it could be. The academic club, from what the teacher told me that I talked to, they go to other schools to compete academically. So that means that you have to be a pretty good student to be doing stuff like that. And yes, Blaze is 2 years ahead of everybody else in math, but I don't know about the rest of his classes. I know he's way ahead in science too, but I think he's still just sitting at grade level with his reading, but he's doing really good with his reading. I'm really pleased with the progress they've made with his reading problems. Because now he's reading like a crazy person. Y'all saw it on the lives. He was reading the chats.
And how old is he again?
10.
Jeez.
I know. Can you believe it? He's headed into the 5th grade. Can't believe he's going to be a 5th grader. That means next year in the fall, he'll start as a middle school. So that means I'll have 2 grandkids, one in high school, one in middle school, while everybody else is still in elementary school. Because Ava starts, that's the youngest one, she's 6. So I don't know if she's starting kindergarten or 1st grade. One of them.
When's her birthday?
What
month is it in?
April. No, June. Sorry, it's June.
If it's June and she's 6, it should be 1st grade.
Yeah, then so she's starting the 1st grade. And then Aria is 8, so she's starting 3rd grade, I think.
Yeah.
And then there's little Miss Priss. Her behind starts 9th grade.
Oh, so she must be 14.
She is. She'll be 15 in December. Can't believe she's going to be 15. She's getting closer to that dating age.
How do you think I felt when mine turned 18?
Oh, I could imagine. Because I remember when mine was 18, how I felt. Okay, we have a little bit of a problem here. So I must have to switch the seam direction on this to get them to nest. Yeah, let's do that. Denise says it's 7:50. Oh, all right. Warning. Mona time. Is that the Deca Club? I think so, Dandelion. Warning, warning, warning. All right, you guys. Remember, as soon as I shut the live down, it should take you straight to Mona's channel, okay? Thank you for coming to our live tonight. Thank you, Shonda and Christine, and yeah, nobody else is here but us 3. Thank you for coming. And Christine, I'll send you the link for Mona as soon as I end this. Remember, everybody, thank you for everything. See you on Mona's live. Remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. What do you do with that? You make something beautiful, or go do something beautiful for someone else. Bye.
Hi.